today, and it's called the mini game of Don't Let the Bot Leave. So what you guys are going to be doing is, while I have the bot muted, you guys can play whatever you want on it.
Exclamation mark repeat. Just do exclamation mark repeat.
10 hours of something?
He's like, this command requires you to have a roll.
Just use this command and we don't have to do any.
What command? Just repeat
the
Goldfinger Superman.
Or
here I am.
Or
doing
this.
everything I can.
All of these work.
Yeah, John, you just do that real quick and then.
Or you know, you guys can have fun, and if you drop the ball, I'll yell at you and punish you all.
We don't have the roll. We can't do anything.
You can't play any music. Yeah, you can play music. Everyone can play music, so long as you're in the chat room.
Oh, we can just get.
As long as you have a song in your heart.
We're going live with 5-6 of the Discovery team, assisted in cameras with a muted music bot, which only the players can hear.
No one's gonna read that.
Do people actually have the bot unmuted though?
I do. I have it unmuted.
Yeah, I when I heard "uh-oh stinky," I was like, what?
Oh, we're already streaming. They can hear us.
Stinky.
I'm just gonna find random songs.
All right, there we go. I like my notification.
Everyone can see what we're writing in the bot commands too. Everyone can see what
really?
we're listening to. Yeah, because that's an open channel. Everyone can.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah. For the Discord. Yeah, I don't care. I thought you meant on stream.
Oh no.
Oh my god. What the fuck is Heaven Piercer Order Ultra Kill?
That's a heavy metal
Building a
song
1
from a game.
JZ SC 310 minutes. Play 10 hours of silence. Oh my god. 60 minutes of silence.
What the fuck?
Oh
They don't do 10 hours, so. Wait, do they do 3 hours?
I don't know what that is. Why does this not queue things up like a regular bot?
Dude, this has been in my recommended, and I've never listened to it.
Naughty Farmer?
We should play Two Knock Tongue. Does anyone know if there are copyright on Two Knock Tongue?
Positive there is.
Probably, honestly.
I was gonna say, how old is it?
Oh, I don't want to get attacked by lawyers.
Also, your stream is starting in 5 minutes, but everyone can hear us.
Yeah, I know.
Anyone who goes onto Twitch.
They're supposed
cool.
to.
Yeah, we're doing the Scuff pre-shows now.
Oh.
That way we don't.
Cool.
But you know, supposedly I'm supposed to like edit this out during the video itself, but I think we just upload the VOD. That's way more fun.
Just rip it and ship it.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been uploading them. I'm saving it so when I have thumbnails, I can actually just kind of post them all at once and have like 5 sessions of each group. But you know, what music should we do?
You can't play a song that's longer than 3 hours.
True.
Yeah, that's why 10 hours of silence didn't work.
Indeed. You guys better be in the stream. We gotta boost these numbers up,
Hang on.
guys.
I have to open up stream.
Sure, I can. The thing is, if you have to stream muted, it doesn't count.
Really?
Well, I have it at the lowest volume without it being muted.
Yeah, just do that, like Gibby. Huh?
Why are people gifting subs to me somewhere? Like,
I'm
there's
getting
this
subs.
random.
How are you
There's
getting
this
gifted
random
subs?
Twitch channel that I've been gifted a sub to. I haven't watched him in like 2 months.
Damn.
Oh, dude, you think I have so many subs for so many channels? I watched one time for like 10 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Good.
There you go. I have it open now.
So how are you guys?
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
Conscious.
Yeah, not
and
bad.
Well off.
Oh.
Feeling slightly less bloodthirsty today.
That's good.
For the blood of children? Sorry, we'll stop this early. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't jump the recap. That's up to John to do today.
Which John?
The one from Australia. The one who was vehement. I want to see his reaction on film of like how he's going to explain this to an audience.
Yeah, I can do that for you, John.
Please. Well, wait, obviously, because, you know.
I understand what time is.
Good. I'm
that
glad.
concept.
I'm fucking glad you do. If not, you know, we'd have to have a talk or something.
I think if I did.
Seacoast bought to you by Best Buy. Thanks, Temer. Guys, if you're in the chat, do ! Temer. Give him an epileptic seizure as his lights go crazy.
Does that have a cooldown?
Wait,
Like, what?
why aren't we getting the thing, Temer? Are you fucking with your macros again? Your bots? Oh my god, he is.
Our
What?
bot.
Our bot went. Why did it leave?
Wait, it left?
Our bot
Yeah.
left.
Our bot.
Wait, it
Couldn't
just
handle
ditched us?
the-
Yeah, it left in the middle of Naughty Farmer. I'm so mad.
Summon the bot.
Why did it?
Do not leave. Is that a...
Wait, did
stay?
it?
Oh.
I don't know, but you guys, if you drop the ball
we have
once...
we have to re-cue our music again.
Wait, what?
Is
How
this
are we
Death
supposed to
Bot?
do this?
Yeah, we have to re-cue.
Alright, well, it's fine. We're going live here in 1 minute, guys. So, anything you want to talk about? Anything important? Any announcements before we get into
I
how
want
are
to
you?
know.
I beat Kingdom Hearts 2.
Nice.
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask, actually.
That-
I'm on the
Turn
Turn
I'm
a
on the,
fan on.
I'm on the optional bosses, and they fucking are hard.
nice.
Difficult.
For
I
the
don't
week
like
of the 13th, I should be here, but there's a chance that I won't. I'm moving to a different place, so
Oh, shit.
I may have like chickens in the background, but
Oh, nice.
yeah. But
Are you
for the
becoming
most
a
part, should be
farmer?
able to keep streaming. No, it makes my dad happy to have chickens, so
Oh, okay.
In the house.
Wait, just for fun?
yeah, just for fun, he keeps chickens. Yeah.
That's, you know, I'm not going to judge him because my friend's wife does the same thing.
Yeah. There's like a whole
God, she's
community
stupid.
around chickens, so like
I didn't know.
when
This
you're
is
like
true.
70 plus, it's good to keep you linked into people.
Yeah. It's like, can I talk to you about these stupid birds for just like 4 hours? I'm
Yeah,
like, sure.
there's
Show
like
me your shit cage where you keep them.
Yeah, exactly.
then
Oh,
they-
this cage is no good. You need a better cage.
Yeah, you need a coop, son. The
What
foxes
you've
are
got
gonna get
here-
them.
What you've got here is mites. They're gonna eat your chickens alive, stuff like that. So
All right, we're 5 seconds out. I'm not gonna mute. We're gonna go straight in. Fuck it. We're going live in 1 second. We're live, just like that, everybody. Check it out. How is it going today? These guys are rocking out to just music. We're hearing an orchestra in the background. It's fine. Guys, all at once, how are you? Just talk at the same time.
So good.
Hi, how's it
I'm
going?
really
I'm so
enjoying
happy
this
to
metal.
be here.
Perfect. I'm glad you all are, and now we can skip the individual how are yous, which is way better if
How
you
are
guys
you,
want.
though?
Yeah, how are you?
How am I? I got a new computer. I've been setting it up. I've been throwing. I've been getting mad at Microsoft. You know, it's just great.
Did you pull your graphics card out again?
Did it run away or something? Maybe.
I can't pull it out this time. Now it's in like
God
a real
bless.
case with like a
It wasn't
protective glass thing. It's great.
So protected you can't even use it.
Yeah, I'm setting it up. They gave me like a new mouse too with it, but I'm still using my other mouse over here. So now I have 2 mice and 2 keyboards for 1 computer.
Dual wielder.
Nice.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
It's super great. Other than that, one of my friends who's a giant furry and also incredibly special and dear to me has started his own D&D campaign, and I don't know whether to stream it without his knowledge of it.
Wait,
I
hang
don't think That's a
on.
good idea.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Would that be betraying his trust as I humiliate him and his
yes.
friends?
that's very much.
I think so, yeah.
It's just
but
recording
hold
people.
on. How much money would you make?
Probably none,
Zero.
but I would get immense like enjoyment from it.
No, no.
I'm kind of a bad person now that I'm starting to think about, because this was like a serious conundrum I was having. But you guys,
What if you do like
And
the
this is leading
POV
into the
stream?
recap.
I think
yeah, let's go
just
to the
throw
recap.
a coin, honestly. Just throw a coin, and then you can't blame it on a coin.
True. Kushim, you are doing our recap today. We have chosen you. How are you? Are you ready?
I'm not sure Kushim will be ready ever again. I think Kushim's faith in, the whole humankind, bug and human, elven kind, has been really put through the test as we came into the city and we were dropped in with some of our Ulasean comrades who, through radio chatter, we heard apparently were killing some children. We didn't think too much about this. Maybe we should have. Oh, we should have. And we came to our own groups after some reconnaissance and after seeing what was in front of us, trying to get to the castle, trying to get to the New Baron. Runt told us that there was a relatively weak group of children. We made a plan. We should run past them. No talk of violence was put forth in this plan. Sheem was a little bit skeptical, but everyone said, yeah, it's great, so okay, we do it. And as we're about to execute plan, some more executions took place. As Runt went to do some more scouting, and some others, our cover was blown, and Runt viciously shot 2 children in the back, in the face. Kushim won. I believe it was 2.
Revik shot the other one.
I helped.
Oh, is that?
It was
Put
a
that out
joint
there.
effort. It was a joint effort. I can't all be my credit, okay?
He can only make 1 attack until.
I thought it was 4 children dead. Okay. So only 3 children died? Okay.
No.
No, 4 died.
Right, okay, that's what I thought. Alright. 2 Runt, 1 Revik, 1 Kushim.
One was by Kushim, yeah.
Yeah?
What happened during
2
the battle,
anyways.
Kushim?
Yeah. Kushim was stunned. Runt attacked some children. Revik as well attacked some children. Everyone else, Zero, bravely ran up and said, "Get out of here, you kids." Quite wisely. Nav also used his warlock power from the tyrant to scare away some children. And we learned about the Blazing Tar, who had been a prophet for these children. So Kushim showed them the sign of their prophet in an attempt to get them away, but at that point most of them were already running. And Runt viciously killed the leader of these children. So 3 kills for Runt, I think. Two kids and a kid leader, and Kushim was very sad. Tried to save, tried to save a dying child. Didn't. Gave him some money and a really cool rock, and then we went up to the castle.
Yeah. What happened at the castle?
Oh, there was this beautiful man who was really strong, and
yeah,
we all tricked our way into going past him.
And then?
And then we met with Numarin, and he's in trouble? I can't remember exactly. My memory peeks out at...
Well, maybe someone else needs to pick up the slack before we jump into game.
The Overduke was there, and he recognized Revik, saying that he has returned leaving us
Yeah.
off wondering what that means.
Especially Revik, who does not remember him.
And although it is not storming, it is raining upon you all on this brisk February day, also known as spring swirling. It is the first of the month still. It is later in the day. And you all, within the courtyard of Destry's Citadel, stare at the Overduke and his Ulathaean companions, I suppose? You are up, Mia, as John pulls you to the Citadel. The battle is still taking place, but you are far from it. The silence that these walls give you of the unspeakable horrors and continued violence outside, giving you a little bit of solace as the Overduke, drenched in rain, his gleaming plate mail that is purely decorative, crumples as he takes a knee to come to eye level with you, Revik.
Oh, hey.
Sir, you're back!
I look around a little bit, and I kind of make eye contact with a few of my friends. Yeah, I'm back. We gotta actually go as well.
What?
Yeah, you confirmed by nodding Overduke. Does he nod?
Yes, I am the replacement for your predecessor. You are of the Bad Bagels bloodline, correct?
Well, we call it Genos where I come from. I don't.
What?
That's my last name.
No, your master. You are a vampire youngling, correct? A thrall? I see your skin. It's blood red.
You're kind of blowing up my spot right now.
What?
We gotta go. There's a war outside.
Yes, I'm aware. But with you, access the vault. We can reclaim the vampire lord's weapons. And he points to this massive black tower that shoots up 150 feet in the center of the citadel, made of red and black metal, reminding everyone of Sauron from Lord of the Rings.
Lead the way. You? That guy that I know for sure?
What?
Yep. Uh-huh. We gotta keep moving. And I'm definitely not some sort of vampire guy, but let's go.
He does not move and stares at the rest of you. What is this? Are you not... Well, who are you all?
We're here to rescue you. Keep you safe.
Rescue?
We got here. We were sent here by the tyrant of Tolst to make sure that you are safe.
He does a history check, as he may not know who that is.
Oh.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
Oh, but he rolled a natural 20. Okay, cool.
Nice.
The Tyrant of Tulsa, the upstart in the city of hunters? You all are from there? Are you hunters and huntresses? He looks to the Ulathaeans, who just shake their heads because they know it's illegal to lie about being a hunter or huntress. Punishable by
No.
death.
We are simply working for the tyrant, as we're a bit of a smaller force, to make sure that you are able to stay in power. We want to try and keep peace
Oh my
throughout
God.
the lands.
This is... The Overduke looks astonished. That this is... What you are saying, he is truly taking to be the truth. And clearly did not believe this was going to happen. Nor so quickly. I put out the call, like, 13 hours ago. I didn't expect anyone to actually come.
But
Well-
why would you?
It was
The
more
thing
like a
about that is-
formality to say goodbye to my mortal coil.
What?
Red will walk up and kind of, he'll just kind of walk up to the Overduke and he'll say, "Well, maybe unexpected, but you got some friends. You've got friends in places you weren't, you didn't know about, I suppose."
Apparently. He looks back to Revik. You're not from the Bad Bagels line, then. They would never consort with upstarts, nor rabble-rousers.
But you know, one of my alternative things to do. So we're actually part of this thing called the Discovery Team. You mentioned magical artifacts of some Bloodlord. Can you take us there?
Sure. If you
Oh,
can
cool.
open it, by all means, help yourselves. The whole reason why they aren't in Fresnoth Sands is because we had no way of accessing them.
Right. Cool.
And he will lead you 30 feet to the entrance of his tower, where the Ulatheans were trying to harass him to leave. In this time, let's do a quick character catch-up, I suppose? Now, Kushim started us off, so we're going to go in reverse order today and do Revik. Revik, the blood-red frog, who's looking a bit more mannish, questionably.
Aw.
How are you doing, Revik?
So,
Did you just get
he
outed?
just killed. He just he feels like he needs to talk to Kashim later because things are a little bit iffy right now because he just killed his first child, but you know this is war and he feels like he's justified in that. He really doesn't understand the whole vampire thing going on, but something is definitely happening at night, and he does not like it. And you know what? If we can get magical artifacts out of this, great, because he really likes the tyrant. He has no other life's purpose than to war, so we gotta do our job, man.
Revik has drank the Kool-Aid and found loyalty in a teenager.
That's right.
Understood. Zero.
When
This is your debut on the battlefield. Has it turned out into what you wanted and expected?
Definitely not expected or wanted. Yeah, neither. I think, man, these guys, they just killed those kids. Just like, no hesitation. Put them down. Hearing this, like, this Duke guy, he's like basically worshipping a frog just because he's a frog. Like, man, is this guy important? I thought I was important. He's like a vampire god or something, I guess.
So on a scale of 1 to 14, 7 being water, how are you feeling?
Is base has to be good, right? Let's go with like a 3, you know.
Ah, understood. I'm pretty sure that's super acidic, but
Yeah, lower numbers are acidic.
Yeah, obviously
base is
based
the
is good.
all right,
Base
cool.
is the opposite of acidic.
Yeah.
So he's
Oh, okay.
not feeling good, guys.
Oh, I understand.
Okay, got it. That flew over my... See, this is why I love doing extreme metaphors. Hey, Runt, you're not just a killer of one child, you're a killer of a couple and a bald dude. As your first real human-on-human combatant history begins? What's going on?
Well, he's kind of... That is a good question. I suppose the best way to put it is he's not thinking about it. Like, during that entire time, he didn't see anyone as, like, basically he saw it as he needs to get through them whatever way he can. And being a very kind of combative person, or simply having to deal with a combative life, in Maelstrom before he encountered Tyrant of Tolst. He's very much fight or flight, or perhaps a fight and flight.
Mhm.
So he's not really thinking about what he's doing. He's just doing it. He's just going through, which is why he didn't stop and consider anything. He's just like, we need to get through this because we need to having. I mean, I bring it up a lot, but the small time he spent with talking with Jerome has really affected him, and he's like, now that he's kind of been filled in more and more and more about what he is, he's like, this he needs to be stopped at any cost because he remembers the visions that were shown and talked about how Maelstrom was turned to nothing but molten ash and rock, and he wants to do everything in his power to stop that. So if he needs to just do some things that could be considered unthinkable, then he simply won't think about them and will just do and is trying to stay on the mission as much as he can, which is trying to one keep the Overduke safe and two trying to keep him basically on the same side as the Tyrant. So he's kind of mindlessly doing his mission.
Mission oriented. Hi, Quinn.
Hey, John.
How are you?
Disappointed. I wanted to be, my goal for this mission was to be like super useful, be in the front, you know, and then we were faced with 20 children. Didn't work out really. Kind of concerned that some party members were so readily ready to fight with the kids. As for the whole Revik thing, I mean, he's happy that Revik's doing well, as long as it, you know, as long as he's doing fine.
Your fiance?
It's cool.
Who you
Kind of
proposed
curious
to
as to
start
what
of
that
last
means
session?
now. So I might have a conversation with him. But yeah.
And last, certainly not least, Nav. No, I'm kidding. Kushim. How are you, man?
Kushim has taken out the rock with his child's name on it and is turning it over his hand.
All right.
That says enough, doesn't it?
30 feet later, a combined effort of maybe 10 seconds have passed. The Overduke stands in a rather gaunt hallway where there is a set of metal double doors that have these very sharp spikes pointing downward and forward to ward off any battering rams or people who want to hug the door. Instead of a handle or a lock, there is a simple groove in the shape of a hand, which stands about 4.5 feet tall, or at like that 4.5 foot marker. The Overduke explains quickly to you and the Ulathayans who are guarding the door, or guarding the entrance to this hallway and the outside. Back when the Bad Bagels resided within the city, they had towers located all over the damn place, each one housing one of our many vampire lords and their broods, as it were. This one was for Lord Bad Bagels himself, the hierarch of our city. We have been trying to get into all of them. A few we have succeeded, and by we I of course mean my current enemies. And this one was one of the undamaged and impenetrable ones that require a true vampire to open. Now I see you're not, and he like tilts his head. I have a little bit of experience. My grandfather was a vampire after he got executed. You know, he died for my family's sins or whatever, but they liked his loyalty and his spry cunning, so they made him a vampire or something. I'm not sure how this whole undead thing works. But you have the markings of one? Or maybe you are a frog guy, so maybe I just misidentified you in the rain. And he, like, wipes his hair back, which is soaking wet.
Nice.
Indeed. You are all wet.
It's raining. I like it. Okay. Okay. So wait, you're saying that there's like an actual vampire in here, or there's vampire
No.
magic stuff in here?
There's vampire magic stuff in here. All the bad bagels are gone. They've either died or fled or fucked off. We're not. Some say they're still out there, but honestly, when Fresnov came to knock down their government, I suppose, their party rooms and mansions, they were pretty quick to abscond from Destry, which unfortunately was the only thing keeping us safe. And now look at what has transpired.
You guys have a lot of rabid children. Did you know that? Is that normal?
No.
Oh.
Only
that's good.
Fresnoth has been employing, deploying these children. They have been, from what my spies tell me, they have been radicalized and stolen from their families and parents to serve her insane agenda or her master's agenda. I'm not sure where the fuck she came from, but she just showed up one day with an army and sort of just attacked the vampires, and then everyone else who hated the vampires joined in on her. And then, you know, one thing led to another, and now, 5 years later, she has a bunch of fucking children that she's using as human shields because they know we'll go easy on them.
Yeah, we'll go easy on them, right. Okay, alright, so this, yeah, this door.
Yes, the door. Please, put your hand.
Okay. Okay, alright, so is there like a switch that I'm supposed to reach and pull the switch or something?
I have no idea. Vampires are pretty territorial, and, you know, if one of us got too close, they just rip our necks out.
Okay, well, let's just explore it then, and then I put my hand inside looking for some sort of switch.
Yeah, as you put your hand inside, you feel spikes stab each one of your fingers and knuckles.
Does it lock me in place?
No. They just,
Okay,
like,
cool.
poke you, and then you, like, move your hand back. And the door does nothing. Instead, you hear a voice that is probably automated with, like, a simple magical emplacement or some sort of spell goes off and says, "Ha-ha! You're moving a little bit quick there, buckaroo!" And then cuts out.
Did anyone else hear that?
Yeah, everyone heard it.
Alright,
yeah,
cool.
I did.
Cool,
I
not
think
crazy.
you think you need to keep your hand there a little bit.
Aw, but it hurt. Okay, here I
Oh, it
go.
drew your blood, the Overduke says. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It didn't do that for me.
Cool. Cool. Okay, here I go. One more time. Put my hand back in.
It stabs
I-
your
I-
hand again. It hurts like a bitch. Do you keep your hand there?
I keep my hand there, and I'm like, son of a bitch! Ah!
You
Right.
scream.
Yeah.
Seconds go by. You have needles in your hands. Or your hand.
Okay. How much longer? Anything happening?
How long do you keep your hand on the needles?
How long? Hold on.
I mean, after a minute, like a full-on
A
60
minute?
seconds, Ryan will be like, "All right, I think you're good."
Okay.
Question: How
I'll
does
take
that
my hand
interact with
off.
wording bond?
Uh,
still up.
it does no hit point damage. And as we
Oh,
all
great.
know, hit points are a magical thing. So
Okay.
you substituting your hit points does nothing when he is just bled. Guys, don't you
That's
love
great.
how consistent my world is? No.
Yes, yeah. Ecstatic.
Revik,
planned
you
ahead.
remove your dripping hand that has your slime and your goop and your poison ichor running down.
Okay.
And that voice appears again. Haha! You're moving a bit quick there, buckaroo!
Alright, so does anyone know who talks like that? Like some sort of clown?
The
Sounds like
Overduke.
Ozark.
The Overduke looks side, just left and right, and that was our Lord Bad Bagels. Or his voice, at least.
Oh.
Perhaps
Okay.
you're not a true vampire yet, or maybe it wants all of your blood.
Oh no, I can't. I can't really do the whole all of my blood thing. Let's
Yeah, I don't. I think it'd be like super. Like he used to just go in here like instantly, so I can't imagine that the door can just drain all of your blood.
Okay. Well, we'll have to come back here later. If it's not opening, it's not opening. You have to come with us out into the wilderness for an unspecified amount of time.
I refuse.
Okay. Well, if you stay here, you'll die.
There's a battle going on. I can't just leave the Citadel.
Well,
Where are
sure
you gonna
can.
take me? The mountains, where
Yeah, the
we'll
mountains
slip
sound
on
good.
rocks and fucking fall to our deaths?
Well,
Fresnov
mountains
wants
don't
my
fall.
head, team. What?
We have an airship.
Yeah.
Well,
we
when
just
the
have to get-
airship descends, I am more than willing to talk and negotiate further. But right now, I'm gonna sit in the Citadel and sort of wait, like, right in this hallway.
All right.
As
Come-
I was
come on.
doing earlier before the... And he gestures towards the Ulatheans. Before these fuckers showed up.
Can I? All right. Can I talk into the little microphone? Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
but he's
Aerosol?
right next to you. Just fucking-
Yeah, that's fine. I want to talk to the
Okay,
microphone.
cool.
Aerosol, hello. Are you nearby?
What? Did you guys set up a channel or network for this? I think
don't
you
know.
guys did.
I just thought they were nearby.
Yeah, I thought you told us we had a channel that was like for us.
Yeah, you guys have your
We
own.
could hear the other channels, but we have our own.
Okay. Well, you know, one of you's technical. One of you knows how to switch the frequency, right?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Who wants to be the designated communicator with the airship?
I can.
Yeah. Runt will do it.
All right, right. What do you say?
I will say to Irithel, we've secured the Overduke. He's safe. He's willing to come with us, but we need to put him on an airship. He's not willing to travel by foot.
After around like half a minute goes by, and Irithil will respond with an order of hold and secure the principal. We are obtaining air superiority.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So we just have to hang tight. All right.
Yeah,
Um.
against thousands of children. No big deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a big deal. They're children. What can they do to us? We kind of like, if anything, we should go back and get the bodies of the children that we killed, and we can hang them up as like a deterrent.
Oh,
You know, like
whoa,
scarecrows.
whoa.
Now that's a vampire,
What?
the Overduke says. As he takes a seat, just sort of
Did I
on
say
the
something
floor.
weird? What? You guys, what?
I kind of get
I-
close
I-
to Ravik and I whisper to him, "That was really weird, Ravik."
What? But the thing, we don't want to kill any more children, so we should go and like, you know, like a scarecrow, but for kids.
Have you considered not killing any more children?
We're at war. These kids want to kill us.
I don't think they can.
Runt will just walk away and begin to walk towards the Ulatheans.
I'm gonna. All right,
Yeah.
me and Quinn are gonna have a small conversation. I'm trying to explain the 100 Monkeys typewriter Shakespeare thing, except with children and guns.
Mm.
I see.
Okay. I try to explain what 21 AC is.
Mathematically, I cannot be defeated. So, what are you guys doing? Because a couple hours are gonna go by. The fighting is mostly in the streets right now, as the scattered Ulatheans head to the Citadel, carving a path, as it were. And obviously you guys want to do stuff in that time. So, I guess, brief downtime, what are you guys doing?
I was gonna walk over to the Ilithayans because I wanted to ask them to give like a sit rep on like the defensibility of the Citadel. Where are weak points that we need to defend? If there's anything we need to place or keep people in watch that we can help with, while we wait for the other squads to arrive. Because obviously there's only like 1 or 2 squads of Ilithayans plus the huge battalion out front plus the Omega large guy. Like
Yeah.
inside the Citadel, we need to make sure that it's safe because they could drop people from airships just like we did. So
This is true and a concern, and why they are like in this one middle spire rather than the interior of the Citadel. That way, I mean, you never want to be surrounded, but you also want to close off as many attack vectors as possible. So right now they're just sort of hanging out in the doorway of what appears to be an indestructible Citadel hallway. That way they only have to deal with one entrance, which is already guarded. They're willing to babysit the Overduke while you guys spread out and look for whatever it is you want to do. This guy doesn't really... They don't truly know about the current... what do you call it? What's happening on the interior of the Citadel. They are just, like, locking down this one guy so he doesn't go anywhere. You'd want to talk with, like, the knight who probably is guarding the entrance that you guys snuck by or tricked through, or, you know, humiliated in some way, shape, or form. He has 300 or so levies, which he is sort of barking at to have an order of defense. And over the next hour, like, the defensive line that occurred, or that was being made by a bunch of fucking children, is gonna get smashed by all the Ulithayans who were coming from this direction and up through the graveyard. And I've already consolidated them and made these guys' tokens a little bit bigger. But, you know, it's more of a question of where you want to be.
I mean, if we actually have the time, I would like to make some more chef treats. Takes an hour.
Yeah, you can go alone into the Citadel and find the kitchen.
Yeah. Wander around.
Yeah.
I would also like to wander around in perhaps the bedroom locations.
Cool. Anyone else?
Probably after like 5 minutes of a heated debate with Rebek, I'll ask him to show me his hand, and I'll bandage it. Because he got it punctured, right?
Yeah. You can do that. Easy peasy. Kushim.
I had a child. I have a child. What am I doing here?
Have an
Kushim
exit-
can chill with the Overduke for a bit. Zero, Runt, please give me investigation rolls as you enter the Citadel. Wow. Well then. Runt, you search the top floor where all these noble bedrooms are. You find many a party room. Party room being the G-rated version for basically a sex lair, where these vampires have, for hundreds of years, fucked to pass the time. It's not great. You don't like it, and many of them have been sealed, most of them permanently, and it says like so-and-so's party room or Lord Bad Bagel's party room. And after the first one, you're like, all right, now I understand why these are sealed. And you also find the Overduke's room, which has the word party like chiseled out of the wall plaque that has it, and it is just a normal, kind of sparse, less decorative than you would have thought for a country's ruler to have. But you know, a simple bed, a wardrobe, a walk-in closet. It's all very rustic and medieval, too. There's no, like, modern furnishings, no lamps or electricity, which you're kind of used to. Lots of torches. So it's pretty cool.
Can I search for anything like a journal, or does that include what my investigation had?
Yes, that included it.
Okay. Just a second.
Zero, you find a somewhat sparse kitchen, but you have found one. You have foodstuffs and whatnot.
KFC spices, baby.
All right, you have your KFC spices, your 7 herbs and seasonings. You can begin making your snacks, your treats, your...
They're called treats.
What are they?
little
I
something for the
assume
kids.
they are just the cardboard rations we have with 7 spices on it.
That's not much of a treat now, is it?
Well, I thought about
You're the
like,
chef.
Making
Here.
chicken nuggies. Chicken nuggies.
well, I thought about making like apple tarts, something with apples because they last a few days, you know, not
Sure.
eggs.
Okay. You make
I guess
some...
if I could find some food in
you
this
make
kitchen,
Pop-Tarts.
yeah, something like that.
While you make Pop-Tarts, the rest of the party guards the Overduke or looks out on the walls, and over the next couple hours, the Ulatheans do indeed fight their way back. Some of whom have been injured, some of whom have been severely injured and look on the cusp of death. During combat, soft hearts were punished, to say the least. And as more now physical reports rather than clogged communications on that network of voices that were just yelling at each other, getting as much information out to your allies as possible. It has become apparent that not just children have joined this assault, that in reserve, outside, let me drag us to that area of the map real quick, outside of the city in the forest and in the fields to the south over here, which I'm pinging but did not move you because I'm on the wrong instance of this. Over here, oh, now I'm using my ruler. Over here, John says, there are regiments of truly trained and armored warriors, some of whom have modern weaponry. You already interacted with a sniper who was in the back line, but it seems like he is not the only one with modern ranged weapons. Also, somewhat noticeable is they have an armored detachment. They have tanks. And that is somewhat worrying to the air troopers who basically, you know, dropped from an airship and did not bring anti-armor weapons except for, like, one-use magical crossbow undercarriages. So there's talk about that, and there's also talk about the crazy amount of clerics that are being used to sacred flame the Ulatheans. Now, you know, dealing with sacred flame, it's not that hard. You just fucking dodge, right? And then you get out. You just leave. But it seems like they're doing some magical bullshit that the mostly martial Ulatheans are not comfortable dealing with yet. At least en masse. It should be noted that this is the first time the Ulatheans have been deployed for the Tyrant in a military operation, so they're learning things on the fly as well. Individually, they're all rather terrifying opponents, but on mass scale, skilled warriors often lose out to just a lot of fodder. And it seems like there is a lot of children within the city being backed up and supported by real adults who are just conserving their strength in this opening day of battle. But then Irithyll shows up with her fucking airship, and that that brings everyone to a higher standard of morale, we'll call it. And at the end of the day, the clouds still very overcast, keeping the city, this area of Destry, in shadows throughout the entire day. Irithyll will lower her airship to the Citadel's highest point and start unloading things. Anything you guys want to do in the meantime? Do you want to speak with her, grab or store shit that you left on the ship?
I want to
Did we
confirm with
leave
her.
anything on the ship?
I'm sorry, two people talked at once. I couldn't hear.
I don't think we left anything on the ship
Okay,
because we thought we were going to be here on our own.
you probably will be.
Does the Overduke agree to get on the ship at least?
Not just yet. And Irithyll will kind of like it that way, because you're not kidnapping the guy. You want to keep him here so that you have legitimacy to continue holding the city. Reminding you all that you are the vanguard, and there's a bigger force coming to truly relieve Destry and support the Overduke. If you give up the capital city, you lose a lot of credibility. And she doesn't want
Is
to do
there a
that.
moat? Do we have a moat?
No, but you have an elevated ridge,
Okay. Can
like
we?
200 feet high.
Gotcha. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Can those lightning cannons be offloaded?
No, but
So that's
she
nice.
has a maneuver if things get saucy on the ground fight. And she really wants to save that for when you guys are like in truly desperate memes. But for right now, two frigates were destroyed in the battle simulation that I did in the clouds. And I think there was only like 2 good hits that got onto Irithyll's frigate. So, you know, right now you guys have air superiority, and soon you'll have it even more once the rest of the Tolst Expeditionary Force shows up. But for right now, it's kind of a wait-and-see game.
Do we have any idea when this real force will hit the city? A few hours?
No,
Day,
it's going to be like
minute?
3 to 5 days.
Can we ask Irithyll like what she thinks we should do in order to try and defend the city from this incoming force with armor?
Yeah, so you guys, let's actually set the scene and roleplay this out a little bit. Because I've just been doing like updates and check marks right now. You guys are within the tower that the airship is being loaded off. Weapons, munitions, foodstuffs, supplies. An entrenchment effort will be taking place shortly around the Citadel. Irithyll is there. She has 1 bodyguard with her currently, as opposed to the 2 that normally flank her. Her other one doing something, some errand. The Overduke is there as well, greeting the representative of the tyrant, who is clearly in charge. And you, Run, ask her.
So Irithyll, based on what you've seen in the fight in the sky, and based on what you may have seen around the Citadel and the city, what do you think our plan of defense is?
Well, we hold the high ground, and as we all know from jokes, that is the most important thing. We are outnumbered, definitely. From rough estimates, they have No, I think 9 to 10,000 people are our enemies. There's also another force, which we spotted, but they did not have any airships at the moment. In this section of the city, John says, on the wrong instance of the map layer. Down here in this fortress, we spotted another group, but they seem to be dressed differently from what our scryers will say have spotted from them. Perhaps they are a different party who are contesting or waiting and seeing how this unfolds. Currently, we are trying to establish communications with this Fresnov character, who is clearly the one leading the children in some way, shape, or form. We will speak with her, try to negotiate, and draw that out for as long as possible. And then we'll see what happens after that.
Would you happen to know anything by the name of a Blazing Star?
Maybe. No, not at all. Why?
Well, there was a man leading a group of children, and he claimed to be a follower of the Blazing Star. And he seemed to be quite a fanatic. So, you know, before I silenced him, he went on about it quite a bit. So I was hoping that some information about, you know, one of the groups we may be fighting would be good to know.
Perhaps it's a made-up deity. I'm told that religion for you Southerners is rather effective in controlling and manipulating those. There's a Xenoth worshiper, apparently, who, in, like, the North, who's already getting followers by just throwing up literal garbage in an alleyway, then painting an X on brick. So perhaps it's something like that. Or maybe it's an ideology, I'm not sure. We'll figure out more once, well, hopefully, if Fresnov feels talkative. Otherwise, we can always grab a kid and extract some information. She says with a very feral snarl.
No! No!
She looks to you,
No.
Kashim. You just say no over and over again. Yes, Kashim?
No extracting information from children. Children.
Why?
They're kids.
And?
This... Irithil? No. No torturing.
No
Not
torturing.
Irithil. Friend Irithil? No.
You know,
No, friend Irithil.
whipping's fun. We should do it sometime, Kushim.
No
One
whipping.
whip, they'll give us the truth. I promise you.
No, Irithil. No.
I was whipped as a kid. You should have been. It's a lot of fun, you know? You get to know who's on
Irithil,
top
no.
real quick. And she, like, goes for the whip
Add
at her hip and
Irithil.
starts cracking it a little bit.
Runt will look to Nav and think, uh-oh.
Nav is busy. He is guarding the southern wall with a...
Can
Some
Revit
peasants.
get between Kashim and Erithel? Oh, what about torturing an adult? How about we torture an adult for
Oh, yeah.
information?
Do you have any of those? Because we have some
Probably.
kids.
One.
No. Let's find an adult to torture for information. They
Oh,
probably
okay.
know more.
Well, those guys, when we defeat... Well, not we. I was busy destroying a frigate or two. My men, my soldiers, my warriors, she says with pride. Her general people having proven themselves in combat for once. They managed to capture some of the children who went catatonic as we obliterated their platoons and formations. So we were just gonna, you know, talk with them. She says, eyeing Kushim for a second. However, the adults were a bit more determined to not be captured, let's say. Some strange detonations occurred, which were rather surprising. I haven't seen gore bombs before, but from the recordings on some of my men's visors, It is quite the terrifying aspect. I'm glad that you all did not have a gore bomb blown up in your face.
Huh. Kind of surprised. That man, I definitely would have thought that he, of all people, would have wanted to go out with a bang.
Well, zealots being what they are. Anyway.
Where are the children? Let us talk to them. Talk, Irithyll? I will talk to them. You don't. Someone else. Who else wants to talk to the children? Friends?
Ren will not step forward.
Nav shows up with a whip. I was just whipping some kid. No, I don't know what Nav would do. I don't have enough information.
Yeah, Kashim will probably you'll probably be good at getting them to talk. We'll I don't know, be ready for an attack, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, Ravik.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I could charm a kid for you.
Friend Quinn, perhaps, maybe, better than, maybe come with.
I nod. Yes, I will come with.
Understood. Irithyll will direct you to the interior, the northern side of the citadel, where there have been some party rooms that have been cleared out and incinerated by the Overduke in the past. This entire place was just like a vampire's playground for the most part. A lair of debauchery and sin, to be sure. And although the Overduke is sort of been here for 5 years, he's been mostly ineffectual with no followers of his own. And over, the course of just interacting with the guy, you guys will come to find out that the Overduke does not even have any servants or vassals himself. And anything in this citadel that is cleaned or cleared out was his effort alone. To make his place a bit more sanitary in his one-man prison that is the size of a castle. But you can go to the north, where the kids are just sort of being corralled in a room and given ration packs. All kind of looking a bit scared, because they've been kidnapped by foreign adults who don't even speak their language. And are now locked in a room that used to be a sex dungeon. So, Kushim, with that all being said, you got... what? How's it going, Kushim? Is the rock of your own kids still in your hands?
I feel like I've put that away now that there's some purpose, there's something to be done. Yeah, Kushim's more at it. Seeing that they've only got ration packs, I feel like they would go to Zero. Zero, these children, they're friend Zero. They are only eating garbage cardboard packs. Can you make something delicious for them?
I could go back to the kitchen, see what else I can whip up real fast. I could spice up those cardboard if they want, real fast.
Oh, friend Zero, that would be excellent. You are truly a hero of children. And
Amazing.
I'm sure I have some sugar somewhere. Kids like sugar, right?
kids love sugar. So the kids don't speak our language?
No, the Ulathayans don't speak your language.
Oh, sorry. Right. Gotcha.
Many of them speak in broken common. But, as the main combatants who took the prisoners in the first place, when you show up speaking, Confederation common, what do you do?
Mm-hmm. They look all pretty scared and tired, so I sit down on the floor.
There are 14 of them in total.
A good number.
Holy shit, the photo children would capture.
Yep.
I sit down on the floor to be less intimidating, and I say, "Greetings, children. I would like to talk with you, please."
One of the older kids, probably 12 or 13, will stand up.
Okay.
What? What do you want?
I'm sorry for what has happened so far. This is a terrible, terrible business, and I am sorry that you and your friends have been forced into this. We have some questions.
They
Are you
murmur
from
to themselves.
around? Are you from around here?
Duh? Yeah?
Are you
What
from?
kind of question
you
is that?
You're from Destry then? This is your hometown?
No?
Okay, I wasn't sure about that. All right.
Now you know.
I didn't quite get that.
This guy's
Anyways,
an asshole. He's like 12 or 13, bro. Have you ever dealt with one of those bastards? They're
Okay.
awful.
Mhm.
He will tell you that he
I
is
wasn't.
from just some nameless shitty village up here in the north of Destry.
Say, are you comfortable? We have food coming for you. It is much better than this.
There's stuff better than this? He asked with actual legitimate concern.
Oh, friend, there is much better stuff than this. It will be coming with friend Zero. This is friend Quinn.
Give a wave.
They look at the heavily armored fucking warrior over here, rocking out with a platinum
Walk
ring.
over to Kashim and whisper kind of loudly, "Tell me when to charm him."
Yes, friend Quinn, I will tell you when to charm them.
What?
I go back and stand at the entrance.
Well, why are you... Friend child, what is your name?
Chap? You want to name a kid?
Shit.
Temer, I want Temer to name it if he's listening. I wanted to say Billy. Billy's a good one. Jimmy is a good one.
What's your name, Billy?
Temer
John.
says his name is okay.
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 Ellipses?
Ellipses. I like that one for a child.
Yeah, I guess it's ellipses. ...
Hey,
Wow, these kids are named weird stuff.
Yeah, they're named after conversational sound effects. I am Ellipses of the village of Shitbag. Greetings.
Friend Ellipses. Again, truly sorry to meet in these circumstances. Why are you here?
Well, 5 years ago, my family was killed. And... oh, God, I don't want to say it. She
I
makes us
understand,
call her
friend
mom.
Ellipses. Oh, awful. So awful. Who
He
is she?
stares
This-
off into the fucking corner of the room. Many kids start to cry immediately, just at the word being said.
You are safe now, friend Ellipses and friend children.
No.
No one will make you call them mom.
He continues to stare
You-
for a moment. Okay.
You no longer have protectors? No family?
No, they were killed by... he just groans.
The one who makes you call her mom?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, what's her name? I can't remember. It's not Thor's or
Fresnoth.
it's not.
Fresno.
Thank you.
Write it down, you fuck.
Okay, oh, my memory is just killing me. Yeah, Fresno. Okay, I say Fresno. Just whisper it.
Yeah.
We will make sure that you do not. You're protected from her. We'll find you a new home in Tulst. We will make you citizens.
Oh.
You will be protected.
They don't know how to take that news at all. It's like, yeah, we're just from this foreign state and we're gonna kidnap you and take you to our city.
You don't have to. We offer this.
There is some
We offer
serious
protection to you.
hesitation going on for these minors and kids.
Understandable, but yeah, I understand. Well, think about it. We will help. We have a ship. We will be returning at some point. We'll bring you back. I promise. And I leave them for now. Maybe
All right.
give them some more time. The food will come, and they'll warm up to things.
Okay.
Goodbye, friends. Go back.
They watch as a strange bug guy who's massive threatened not or promised to take them away from here. Quinn, do you charm anyone? Do you want to conversate?
But on our
with
way out,
children?
I'm gonna say, sure you don't want to charm anyone?
Perhaps later, friend Quinn.
Alright.
All right.
Time may come.
Zero, you can bring sugar-flavored cardboard to them. You will
I really
find
wish
out
I
that their
took
diet
apples.
is consistent of like wet flour discs, which is basically just doughy bread, which is not really cooked.
Yeah, no yeast bread.
Yeah, basically. A giant cracker, as well as like leather that they chew on. It is not at all a sustainable diet, and it is a miracle that any of them have any meat to their bones at all. Many of which have been starving for a long time. They are severely malnourished.
Well, hello, kids. Didn't have much, but I bought you some sweet cardboard instead of your.
Yeah! They cheer.
Actually, could I take some of that weird doughy flour stuff? I can maybe turn it into.
Oh, they haven't been eating it.
Oh, they're just chewing on it.
That is what they have been like told you what their diet mostly consists of.
Oh, I see.
They don't have any on hand at the moment. They went to battle without any food. Oh my god.
I actually meant to die.
Yeah, basically.
Definitely need to turn these kids to our side.
Anything else you guys want to extract information from of these children who you are winning over via food?
Super easy win over. Give them food.
Give kids sugar, they'll love you forever.
I guess not. Switching
Oh.
scenes, Revik, do you and Rump want to do anything?
I think I just want to look out at like the battlements or wherever there's like a crosswalk that archers can like stand on,
Yeah.
and just in case anyone's coming. I know that there are people out there. I just don't know when they're gonna attack, and
Mhm.
maybe once they do, I can rally everyone together.
Well, night assaults are rather dangerous, so many people are confident one won't come. But that's why night assaults are always a massive surprise. So if there's one going on, it's still gonna, like, night vision isn't perfect. And now that it's storming and raining, the dim light of the moon and stars won't be present. So,
Can I, in that case, do we have like ever burning torches here, or we can just set up some torches at least for the night?
yeah, there are torches you guys can set up.
Cool.
Are you just gonna play sentry, Revik?
Yeah, I want to keep watch. At least for the day, right? I mean, unless someone does. I mean, unless we can go and get that corpse we killed. Never mind. I'll keep watch.
Revit keeps watch. Everyone else likely does the same. But, you know, you're part of a military. And there is a forward line which has been created at that ramp where this road connects by the Ulathaeans. So there will be warning if a night assault occurs. There are some squads in these towers as well, which are sort of keeping an eye out. This ridge is a particular concern, but apparently like a band of 30 plus, like 60-year-old knights have been holding this so that Fresnoth's child soldiers cannot bum rush and get a even level advantage on the citadel itself. So there's just a bunch of old men who are like shooting the shit on this ridge, doing a hot gate style last stand against children. But luckily none of you are dealing with those assholes. Anyway. Any...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're getting ready for night, is that right?
Yep. Night is falling.
Are there... Okay. I was thinking about putting some magic mouths, maybe in places where there's like alarm bells, in if there seems any locations where that would be appropriate.
Probably. What does Magic Mouth do?
If it can make like a sound or a message or something, let me do the thing. Cost 10 gold pieces, and go.
All right.
Let's see. At the same volume you spoke, so Kushim would have to yell into it, "People are coming!" as loud as he can.
Let's see.
To just have that set up.
Choose an object. So you're just gonna put a rock and throw it onto the street or whatever?
Yeah, in maybe one or two locations that would be hard to guard, but would give us advance warning.
Do you want to do it in the citadel itself, or do you want to do it like in the town?
Well, here's where I'm not exactly sure.
Let me
I
draw
guess
some
probably
battle
this,
lines.
you know, where we are, the citadel itself, I guess.
Okay. So the Ulathaean battle line looks a bit like this right now. They are blue.
Mm-hmm.
They have carved a path, and have cleared out the territory directly in front of them on their way. But since things have gone, the Destri, the Fresnoth faction, as it were, have re-established a hold like so, giving a little bit of no man's land in between the clearing of the citadel and the town itself. So, you know, Ulathaeans are the blue line spread out, keeping the high ground, and then there's some Destri forces as well. Let's make them dark red, who are inhabiting this tower and the gate itself. If that makes sense at all.
Looking around. Okay.
During this time, do we get like a short rest?
Yes, a short rest will occur.
Cool.
Okay.
Before we get a short rest, I'll use this to regain a spell slot.
Dope. Please do. You can, I guess, magic mouthing, like, the areas in the Citadel for any spies or infiltrators would be a good idea. Since you have a lot of external guards already, you don't really need to...
Right, exactly.
Yeah. The Overduke's gonna go to his bedroom once night falls. He feels pretty confident that nothing's gonna, like, kidnap him in his sleep, since you guys have already done so. And there will be his guard that will spread out as night falls as well. They will man the walls, as it were. And Irithil's ship is above. I really need to get a ship token. Let's do a lighter blue for Irithil. He's got an airship over here, which is this oblong corn on the cob looking thing. But night falls. Short rests are had. Everyone may roll hit die and gain one back at the end of a short rest. I will roll a reaction adjustment check for Fresnoff. She may not want to talk yet. She may want to see what you fuckers are before she truly dedicates herself.
Commit to the bit.
Okay, she is super willing to talk, and in the morning, Irithyll will awaken the squad. You being the Tyrant's direct task force members, she wants you guys on deck, as well as the Overduke. Because Fresnoth has come to the front line, and is wanting to hold a conversation under the flag of truce in this no man's land. Is there anything you guys want to do? Or does anyone not want to attend and just be like, fuck this bitch? Or
I'll definitely attend.
Yeah.
Alright, everyone shows up. I need a roll for weather. Alright, it's still pretty shitty today. But the rain has stopped, at least.
Sad.
Can I do detect magic just before we meet with her?
Sure, I guess, but it's... You don't want to be caught doing anything that looks like a spell when you are under a flag of truce. Somatic rituals, well, not verbal, because you have to speak no matter what, but saying, like, arcane words and shit, or, like, they are signs that someone's casting magic, and it's time to go hard. You don't want magic casters casting magic.
Okay, never mind then. Makes sense.
I don't know. Does detect magic last for a long time? Because you may
It
be able
lasts
to...
like 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
Okay. Maybe you can do it out of sight then? And then, like, come to the meeting?
Sure.
And hope it doesn't run out?
Sure.
Alright, cool. You hide in a trench line that was made via mold earth, and then do your ritual, and then pop out. Fresnoth will arrive. Her, what do you call it? Arrival itself will be heralded in the light drizzle, low fog of an early morning. A white flag will burn away the fog, creating a beacon of light for you all to see. And the Overduke will be like, ah, fuck. She brought some clerics with her. Alright, cool. And let out a small sigh. It is early dawn. The sun has not fully come out yet. It is but a blue influence on the horizon. Irithyll is there. Her bodyguards are there. Everyone's coming to show off how dope they are and how much the other side does not want to fuck with them. What is your presence going to be like? Are you in the background, or are you going to be, like, frontlining this, like, dialogue?
Run's standing next to Irithyll, or rather next to her bodyguards.
Okay. So right behind the leader. Got it. So, you all fall in as a about 20-man group, cross the boundary where the white flag has been set up. Over here in this no man's land area, about 1,500 feet away from either clear and distinct line where formations are being made. In the distance... Oh, it's foggy. No, it's fine. Never mind. You all know that there is armored presence somewhere nearby. There are machines made for war within the fog. But right now, all you all see in this beacon of light where a white flag is held high, a few figures. you all continue to approach, and around 400 feet is when you will begin to spot them and be able to make more distinct gauges of who they are. The first and most notable is the only person you can assume to be Mom Fresnoth, also known as Warlord Fresnoth. She is wearing heraldic plate mail. Her shield is shining, shimmering, splendid. She wields a sword on her hip, so currently not drawn, but she does have a large looking glaive in her right hand, which she is currently using, or not wielding per se, but using to show off how dope she is. There are a cabal of priests close by, clerics not wearing mail or medium armor as your cleric does, but they surround her, giving advice and whispering on the wind, not making clear motions that they are casting spells. There's also a dude who looks like a 17th century pirate who is literally yar-har-haring to some of his crewmates who are also dressed as pirates. And I believe, if my notes are correct... Oh, no, there's one last person. And in my notes, he's called Dick Ass. So this guy is a fat, pudgy, 30-year-old-ish looking guy who has a receding hairline, his bald spot gleaming with the light that Fresnoth has summoned to her. He is about 4.5 feet tall and clearly weighs over 250 pounds, so he is short and rather growing sideways, as they say. He wields nothing, but wears a fancy-looking set of chainmail armor.
Cool.
And then you all appear, I suppose. None of you turn around or flee, correct? You're all in it to win
Yeah.
it?
We're here to see what this person is up to, what demand she wants, right?
Indeed.
She's the one who brought this banner out. Maybe she wants to quit.
Maybe. You all enter this rather large spherical light, as though the daylight spell has been cast, or perhaps is just on the banner itself. Either way, you all appear. The Overduke Irithil leading the walk of your side. You all close behind. And with that, we're going to take a quick break as John gets some more drinks. And you guys formulate what sort of questions you want to steer the conversation towards, even if you're not going to be directly involved in it. So, everybody, we'll be right back after these messages. Play the ad. No, I'm kidding. All right, everybody, we are back live with our heroes. You all stand in the burning light of a gleaming banner that Fresnoth has either had enchanted or has recently cast the daylight spell upon. It is somewhat blinding, but as you look at these figures and they look at you, I need everyone to roll in it. No. You guys just plotted for like 5 minutes. Just like, you're in a battle now.
Kill him.
We're the politics team now.
Indeed.
Yeah, actually.
Irithyll immediately leads the charge, stepping into the light. And Fresnoth, a calm, collected, clearly kind woman, will speak up in greetings, bidding that the witch come no closer. I bid you come no closer, witch, Fresnoth immediately says, as John gets her voice. What are you doing in my lands, the lands of the blazing star? And Irithyll will quickly lash back. You are trespassers and rebels of the city-state of Destry. I don't know what the fuck you're doing here, but you need to go back. And Fresnoth will more or less evade the question. And now it is time for you all to manipulate this dialogue between two, and I'm quoting someone, bad bitches, as they will be more or less talking for hours, and I don't have the time to do that myself.
Cool.
Also, something we should not forget, there are other people here. Spectators, bodyguards, but also advisors, people who want questions to be asked, who hold no true accountability when it comes to asking questions, whispering in their patrons or matrons' ear, and offering more questions to her to ask the other side is commonplace. Even as I, John, tell you this, Fresnoth is having a priestly figure, an older man, whisper into her ear, which she regards and then asks, "Why are you all interfering in a foreign state, you creatures from..." And then Irithyll has to declare their allegiance. "We are vassals and allies of the city-state of Tulst. We, by following the Confederation guidelines, are reinforcing the true and rightful ruler of Destry, Overduke..." What was his name again? I actually do not know.
Basil?
I don't think you told the.
No, you guys gave me his name. Was it
not
Oh,
Basil?
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 Oh, Basil.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
I'm
what it was.
writing that down now. Hang on.
That's right. I remember. I do remember now.
There was a gimmick, yeah. Okay.
Is it the one with the Z or the S?
Z. That's Z. Basil. It's a Z. It's like Hazel, but with a B.
Bazel. All right.
I guess.
Basil
Can we,
waves at Fresnoth. Hi, Fresnoth.
Can we sort of like? I can't nudge Aerosol because of the poison her, but like, ask about the kids. Why is she employing kids?
Speaking about the Articles of Confederation for all city-states, Fresnoth, Irithyll quickly chimes up. "Why are you deploying children in battle? This clearly goes against any and all kinds of international laws. You are, in essence, waging an illegal war here." And Fresnoth will look devastated and concerned and horrified at the insinuation that they are anything but loyal heroes of the Blazing Star. "They are not children in my eyes. They are warriors redeeming themselves for their spiritual failings. the failings of their family. There's no other way for them to redeem themselves, you foreign bitch.
I'm sorry. Just casually. Sorry.
Before Irithel can get
Revik
another
laughs
thing,
openly.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
I'm sorry. I don't laugh.
Runt will whisper to Irithel and tell her to ask, like, what are the tenets, or what does the Blazing Star stand for? Like, what are their ideals?
She looks to the cleric at her side. Give your speech, Valori. And this Father Valori will... Well, I'm so glad you asked, little hobbit. Oh, I cannot believe you haven't heard the tale of the Blazing Star. Thousands upon thousands of years ago, it was formed when the first thought of conviction, justice, and honor was born. Oh, it was a beautiful creation, blinding, brilliant. And it looks upon our muddied world and demands there to be order. There is none. Look at all of you half-breeds, he says. And that triggers everybody. Oh my god. Everybody gets mad at this Ugarestian style of dialect. You all have found a human supremacist who believes that...
Did he just drop the H word?
The H
Just
word?
call us halfies? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Demi-humans, half-breeds. These are
As a halfling, I think
archaic,
extra offense.
non-nuanced beliefs of a southern island chain who believes themselves to be pure, when in actuality they are the exact same as you guys. There are no true humans, perhaps once in the past, but he claims to be. You too could become like I. All you must do is burn out the evil and sin that you inherited. It's not your fault. And he looks to see if there's any takers, which I severely doubt there are.
I'll kind of respond like, if it's not our fault, then how are we evil? Doesn't evil have to be with intention?
No! Not at all. It's inherited. Look at this red frog, clearly tainted by a vampire. Did he inherit it? Was it his choice? Or was he beset upon by a foul beast with its own intentions? Come here, frogman. We will burn the sin out of you. The bad bag. We freed others. We can free you too.
I'm not really like. No, I'm good. I'll chill over here for a little while.
Airthil Wizard, stop fucking engaging with this madman.
I mean,
He's crazy, dude. As she continuously tries not to ready counter spells and dispel magics on this guy, just to grief him, this Father Mallory, will look at any other takers, see none, and be like, oh, you've all fallen to depravity, haven't you? I pity you all. And then he will back down, so Fresnoff may speak. Please forgive the father. He gets uppity when someone... Don't worry about him. The Blazing Star, though, is very real, and although the good father here has some words to say about it, it is not nearly as discriminatory as he is. I myself am a honorable demi-human, but I still follow the tenets of the Blazing Star, not for the sake of cleansing my soul as he wants me to, but for the sake of bringing us to a new era, a new age of enlightenment.
Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, she gets some hearty laughs from her side, of course, but everyone else is nonplussed by this pun. She will then ask her own question to you all. Whose right do you have to interfere with the stately being of Destry? The Overduke, although he was elected into his position now no longer has such a claim. He has been a puppet for too long. Someone else must now take the true power, the true seat of authority within this realm, so that it can truly become a state once more. And the Overduke's like, ow, oh, fuck, this hurts. This hurts a lot.
As a counter rebuttal, I will answer her question with a question. To whom has he been puppeted by, and what stopped you from simply being elected yourself?
Aldrich, speak to the Hobbit. She will continue to bother Irithyll, who will duck and dodge and say, I don't give a shit about what you believe. He was elected, whether it was through proxy or blah, blah, blah. It does not matter. He is the true ruler. And she is going to stick to those words until she dies or is blue in the face. The former being preferable. You all will get to meet Dick-Ass Aldrich. He is a duke, I believe. Let me just check my notes. Dick-Ass Aldrich. Good old Dick-Ass over here. Yes, Aldrich the River Lord is a duke. Much like the Overduke, who had once had all the provinces in the north, Duke Aldrich and his sisters share power in the south and the Riverlands, somewhat close to Thorazor, but still, over 100 miles away from them. He will speak up, and John will try to remember your question of, yes, who put the Overduke in power? After the Bad Bagels fell, young Hobbiton, we, the dukes and duchesses of this land, elected the most capable, or at least we thought, at administrating this new country we were making. The Overduke's leadership has not been good, to say the least. And although it pains me to agree with Fresnoth, who believes she has the rightful claim, when she is an outsider and a foreign body herself, I must agree with her that the Overduke must go.
Why is that?
He is an incompetent and kind of a wise ass. And the Overduke will be like, oh, it's true, I am. And then he'll get up and be like, you haven't even tried to help me. The dick-ass Aldrich will be like, you should have been more competent to not need our assistance at every single turn. Clearly, if you can't manage a small faith that is the city or keep its populace here, you have no right to rule. Any interactions?
Could you not wait for the next election?
Yeah, that was the second part of the question.
Unfortunately, we are not democratically elected, and the Duke here, the Overduke Basil, refuses to submit or relieve, or what's the term when you willfully give up your position? An abdication. Thank you, Mr. Bugman. He shouts to you, Kushim, whose words he somehow heard in the din. He has refused to abdicate, so he must be rid of force, it seems. Although the means I detest, he says, glaring to Fresnoth, who is basically in a rat battle with Irithyll at the moment.
So your objection with this situation is that the city hasn't been run competently?
Not just the city, but the entire state of Destry. Unlike you all from Tulst, who live in cramped walls and urban centers which are easy to burn like Cantelar, we have a countryside. Many villages, many peaceful people live here. The Overduke, we believed, would be successful in his task of administration as a governor. as a... I know not what to call it. There's a word for... He waves the
Patriarch.
thought away. It is a trying time within our lands, to say the least, for we have been enslaved by vampires to be their toys and playthings as they pass the time till this world ends. But the Overduke, Basil, and he continues to look at him but not, like, speak directly to him, cannot even manage to keep a city-state's agriculture just okay. You'd think that the peasants could do that on their own, but apparently not. And he continues to glare kind of at the Overduke.
I'm gonna back off a little bit and ask the Overduke. So is there anything that you actually did that we should know about right now? Or...
Hey, look, man, I literally just ran an aluminum mine. That was it. Okay? I just refined aluminum and moved it out. It was super easy. I didn't want this job. They put me into this position, okay?
Right, so, okay, that's fine, that's good enough. Anything that you could tell us real quick about them that we could use right now?
Aldrich's a dick ass and his sister holds the real power. Ignore him. He'll fume. Fuck this guy. Don't even engage with him.
What about threatening them because they've only got an army of kids? That's it. That's all they've got.
No, they definitely don't. They definitely don't do that.
What? Don't threaten them?
Don't threaten them, yes. And he's gonna walk back up. And he's going to address Fresnov. And say...
Yeah, she's like rap battling, just bounce with Irithyll right now.
Yeah.
Who's basically insulting her for using children in war now, rather than making any... Like, she's just drawing it out now, right? Like, there's no real need for
I can imagine them rapping each other, just kind of going like...
yeah, like, why would you bring kids to a battlefield? Why are you killing kids in my city? Just...
Yeah, but he'll address Fresnov, and he will ask, why is it that you think that the Overduke was the most competent if you had so many other choices?
Fresnov blinks at you, and then looks back to Irithyll. Who is this? What? Who is this kid? Get him out of here. Wait, are you one of mine? She just looks at you for a moment, completely disregards your question, even though I think she interacted with you directly before.
She did.
Yeah, and now she's just completely ignoring you. Irithyll just repeats your question, which was what? Because she needs to reword it.
Why did they elect the Overduke, and why did they see him as the most competent if there were people like Fresnov around?
Oh! Irithyll will take this question, turn it, why'd you elect this fucking idiot when clearly you should be in charge, Miss, Prissy Pants who sends kids to war? And now upset, now bothered by this fellow leader speaking to her in such a manner as though she made an error. I was not the one who elected him. I wished to take the seat of authority for myself. I wish to lead this country, but because I am an outsider, I did not have the trust of the fellow dukes and duchesses and slaves to vampires, despite me freeing them as a liberator. And then Aldrich will just fucking double flip her off, like, fuck you. You're still an outsider. We came to terms, Miss Irithyll, that one of the dukes would get the seat of authority, who was good at administrating lands, would not have any military power, such as ones to kidnap and torture young men and women in the oh-so-dreaded party rooms of the Bad Bagels. And we chose him, Basil, a aluminum mineralist, I suppose is the term.
And you saw no issue with him only knowing how to do mining and not anything else?
Oh, I saw plenty of issues with it, but I am an outsider. I only freed this entire country so that it could make these decisions for themselves. And now that this incompetent has shown and demonstrated his inability, it's time for me to take charge. Also, quit speaking to me, you little rat man. And she fucking looks away from you. The pirate, who has been mostly silent, just laughs at the rat joke. And if no one says anything to him, he'll just fucking engage you all, ignoring the clear sides of like this north versus south parlay you're all having. The pirate will just sort of like jump the line when no one's kind of looking and just sort of like rotate around you all and be like, "Yar, how's it going, my fellows?"
Who are you?
This side looked a bit more fun and talkative. I can see you all whispering amongst yourselves. I wish to get in on the action. Greetings! And he
Sure.
grabs Runt by the head and ruffles his, like, hair. Like, I am Captain Rick Silverback. It's good to meet you all.
Run suppresses his urge to immediately pull out his rapier,
Of course.
and we'll put out a soft smile. That is very deceptive,
Yeah.
but we'll say nothing.
Well, he speaks in Thieves' Cant at you, Runt. While he
Ah.
goes, oh no, we lost Who do we lose?
No, it
was-
didn't.
it
It wasn't
was-
the bot. It
it was
wasn't the
Jan.
bot.
No,
Kushim!
It wasn't me.
Kushim!
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh no.
I did my job. I kept the bot here.
Oh no!
He's
Oh,
dead
maybe his
again.
internet died.
Sometimes you feel like that.
Oh no!
Quick, we need a second bot. Quick, we need a second bot.
He's on his phone now. We can hear him.
Oh.
Maybe. Can you hear us, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wi-Fi kicked out.
Oof. Rip. Well, tell us, you know, if you want to do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh.
Is Aldrich's sister around?
No, she is not. I don't know when you cut out, but a pirate has infiltrated your side's party and has now engaged Runt in Thieves' Cant, saying, "Why the fuck are you here, little rogue
Aldrich's
boy? You shouldn't be
sister
here."
around.
Insulting you while he introduces himself.
Runt will say back in the Thieves' Cant, I'm trying to save the world. What the fuck are you doing?
Cool.
I'm looking for my silver. And he will speak to you all once more in regular common. You all immediately picking up that there has been an exchange of a weird language that none of you else speak. So, one of you destroyed my ship, and I'm wondering who the captain of it was. Or one of my ships, not just my ship. I'm not going to show you my ship. Who was it? Who was the
I'm just
vixen?
gonna go to Irithel.
That sexy beast, he says. Ah, I got the after-action report. She took 2 of my frigates down. Do you understand how expensive those were up here in Mr. No Resource Land? We built those motherfuckers from wood. Bound them with iron and aluminum. And she just tore them apart with lightning. He sighs.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
If anything, that's really a reason to stop the war, because she'll just keep doing it.
No, we'll just fucking ram her. You know. We're just gonna blow up your ship. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, you
Just
can
wait.
try.
Let
just
us know
wait.
ahead of time.
You guys
Is
wanna...
there anything else you'd actually like to talk about other
Well,
than just
I see you're a
constant rebel?
bit different from the rest of the gangly gang. The weird split mail wearing helmet visoring creatures. You guys look like honest born men and women. He looks at you all. And then laughs at his joke because he knows you're all murderers and killers and mercenaries like himself. It's like, well, there be a bit of gold in it for you if you wish to switch sides. Alternatively, And he just, like, holds the pause and hesitation for a moment. Waiting to see if anyone's picking up on him waiting for a counteroffer.
I will say, alternatively, the same could be said for you.
Ah, yes, you could. Couldn't it? Why don't you? And he palms Runt. Runt, give a sleight of hand check as you see what he's doing.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Ah,
What the heck?
Oh my god.
that's a 22.
Well, that's good. Because he rolled like an adjusted 24 or 25 or something crazy. This higher level rogue palming you a rather large scroll of some kind. It's like, why don't you take a look at that? I'm gonna skaboodle on out of here before they notice that I left my post, which I'm not supposed to have done. But hey, you know, conversations can be had by us honorable and charitable men, can't they?
Runt will give a toothy grin and a wink.
All right, you wink at him. He takes it, gives you a smack on your forehead, and then leaves. This guy is like close to 6 feet tall, but not. He's just under it.
He's basically twice my height.
Yeah, and he's just like, and then departs. He rolled a natural 20 for his stealth check. Nobody noticed he was gone, and he just
Hell
goes
yeah.
back to his, side of the party.
So I'm adding Silver Scroll into my inventory.
Yes, Silverback Scroll. Hello, Scarlet Shadow. Welcome to the Parlay stream. All right, that was Rick Silverback, who wanted to greet you all. Is there anything else you want to ask, or I'm just gonna roll diplomancy checks to see who is going to win the rat battle, to say.
I think Kashim wanted to ask about tanks, but I don't know how he wants to word it.
True.
Yeah, let's hear it. How do you want to go about getting this information?
We've come from we've come from the city of Tulst, and we've clearly got a lot of firepower. What makes you confident that you can take us on? Something like that.
Fresnoth eyes you for a long time, Kushim, the Bugman warlock who she instantly detests. You can feel it. You can feel her disgust in you as you sort of make your presence known. You whisper to Irithil, like, hey, can you reword this? So that, you can skip the getting ignored at by Runts. But as you step up, you're like, what makes you think we can win in a fight? She will directly respond to your whispered message. You think you are righteous in this war because you have modern weapons? We have faith and power on our side. We have destroyed vampires who ruled this land for 1,000 years, and you think one airship, 100 or so metallic men, will turn the tide of this battle to remove a parasite in our lands? You jest.
So confident in your faith, but what are those tanks doing?
Oh, the chariots of war, as we call them. Indeed. Something has to get through enchanted metal. And just because they are on the ground currently, do not be mistaken that they cannot shoot up.
Sounds like you're the one who's lacking faith.
No. She just says. You're
Nuh-uh.
No, you.
No, you're
Use
wrong.
code.
She stares at you for a long moment.
I stare back with my bug eyes.
And then she tilts her
Black
head
occult
to the
no special.
side at you, Kushim. Mr. Bug-Eyed Man with the big old horn, and ask you who is Xenoth.
Xenoth is the most powerful of gods, the god of gods or goddesses.
Is this what Kushim truly believes? John asks
is
you,
it?
Kushim.
Yeah.
Is he 100% confident that some random dwarf
No,
guy...
I don't think he is.
Is this like a game to Kushim and he's just like, it was fun, but...
I don't think he's 100% confident in it, but I don't think he's not doing it for fun either. I'd say there's a bit of chinks in that armor of faith, as it were.
Show me your Xenoth. Show me this god of gods.
I take out a flyer.
That is it? That is all you can muster with that? A piece of paper with an X on it? Do you wish to see the proof of the blazing star? Do you wish to see a real god?
I nod.
Uh-oh.
Irithyll immediately is like, no. We do not. But it is too late. As John...
Uh-oh, boys.
As we get fireballed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's gonna be much worse.
So when she was asking about show me your Xenoth, Runt was trying really hard not to think about Bepa and his Xenoth followings and how he immediately got
some people.
yeah how both Bepa smited people and then immediately also got smote by Grug
Rocks.
and the power of Earth.
Rocks.
You never doubt some stones. No, instead, centered upon you, and I suppose Irithyll and anyone within 20 feet of Irithyll will immediately...
God damn it.
be... Where is it?
Well, the truce has ended. The time for mercy has passed.
Yeah, didn't she just break her own little magic banner thing?
Almost. Rather than on top of you, because she is actually having to follow this rule. And this would totally look like hostilities have engaged and it's time to make war. So she will do it behind her where there is no one there. And she's not ready to be jumped by 130 people she just made fun of. Where is it? I know what the spell looks like. I don't know the details of the spell. But a massive cone of fire will erupt into a burning pillar that shoots up 40 feet into the sky and twirls around in a massive showing of flame. The mist will just immediately begin to evaporate, sizzle. The fog around it will burn away, and a massive beacon will be seen at the dawn of this light, or the dawn of the day, I should say. You all look at what is clearly magic beyond most essence manipulators. This miracle, she calls it, demonstrating that she, if she wanted, could catch most, if not all, of the delegation party in it and set them all aflame for massive damage. Irithyll, having prepared, just been watching, waiting to react and cast Counterspell, did so, and it did not work. You guys don't know Irithyll's power level. You don't know what spell slot she could burn, but when you see a spell casting, you don't immediately know what spell it is, and sometimes you get that Dope Arcana check wrong to identify the level of which is being cast.
Can I do an Arcana check?
No,
Oh.
you are not. There's no way. Well, yeah, you shoot for it. Give me a nat 20.
Okay.
And I will...
I do have proficiency. I do have actually expertise in Arcana.
Well,
Which is why I
only a
asked.
nat 20 will do it for you, bud. I promise you.
Oh, unfortunate.
This is no magic you are aware. With a... Wait, what? With...
Negatives to int?
Oh, do you have
No,
negatives to
no.
it?
No, it's +1.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
I have +1 to int. I have expertise in it.
Expertise. I was like, you have expertise, but it's only a 5? Jesus.
Yeah, because it's +1. Yeah.
Well, this is beyond you. This is a clear demonstrating of, look how high level spell slots I have at my disposal. I will burn them just to flaunt it. Irithil had casted a counterspell. All of you could feel it. It did not work. Irithil is kind of salty at this.
She can't do it again for a week, so she's much weaker. Yeah. Well, how do you feel now?
Don't taunt her. Don't taunt.
This pillar will burn for 10 minutes. As long as she maintains concentration on it. This wall of swirling fire continuing to just go. And her final message before she's going to walk through that flames, uncaring for it as though it were not existent, is, let us see your false gods mirror this Kushim.
Nod my head.
And then she literally just walks through fire like she's Dany Targaryen. And, you know, flips you all off, basically. Irithil will kind of curse. Rick Silverback will shoot you guys some finger guns and fuck off. Lord / dick-ass Aldrich will stay and be like, I hate her. And sort of do the, like, what's it called? The, like, running away gangster shuffle where he's like, yeah, we're so cool. See you later.
Yeah.
I had something to say to Aldrich before he left.
Yeah, do it.
We're just the vanguard of Tolst. If you value your city, tell your sister, and we'll talk for real.
He will consider your words. Hello, Brood's dog.
Dog.
The parlay team will fuck off. You guys will undoubtedly begin to head back because you can see the gun lines of actual people, not just kids this time, in the distance. Dawn has officially come. The sun has risen. Whether battle will be had or not has yet to be seen, though. Back at the line where the Ulathans have set up their entrenched position using copious amounts of the cantrip Mold Earth.
Hell yeah.
Because why wouldn't he? Who needs a shovel when you have a cantrip, guys? Let's be real. Oh my god. The Ulathans will kind of look at their master. Irithil will speak their tongue for a little while. To, you know, her guards, to the head honchos, to the clear squad and platoon leaders. And then fume back, the Overduke trailing behind a little bit, being more subservient to the spellcaster, who had at least tried to interrupt Fresnoth. You all have a moment to speak with yourselves, if you so choose. The Overduke's Gate Guardian, I suppose is what we'll call him, still holding this massive great club in his hands, will eye you all, but more or less do nothing else.
So, what's your guys' impressions of those two, Eldritch and Fresnov?
I get the feeling this Fresnov person has some other motive. They are not giving us freely. you're not that powerful to free the people. You know?
I have a couple of suspicions. Question to John, the DM.
Yes, John is here.
So a long time ago, a long time ago, I think maybe in my third session, which was the first duo session, there was a certain someone who got a vision of fire and flame. Do I have any indication that those same flames are relevant to this flame, or are they just, it's fire and fire is fire?
Fire is fire.
Okay.
You would have recognized this. Or Draco's character, whatever his name was.
Yeah. I don't remember either.
It's been too
It was a
long.
while. It was a while. Yeah.
He probably would have mentioned if there was a swirling tornado of fire, or pillar, as it were. But he just said the
Okay.
city was burning, and it was Maelstrom.
Okay. My suspicion is that whatever their god is, it could perhaps, whether, this may be right or wrong, but I know I was tempted by the power of Jerome and what he might have given me. Perhaps a similar creature of our enemy may be giving power onto certain groups of individuals to cause chaos throughout the continent.
Agreed.
So,
Are you
I'm
not
upset
sure.
that no one else has gotten a cool divine message from, like, a whirling, dirling ball of fire? Are you all sad
worried
that you're
about that.
just mortals who haven't drawn the attention of cool guys?
John, can Revik do like a history check to like, is the Burning Star like a regional thing, or is this something that like people would know in general?
Revik has never heard of this before in his life.
Okay, cool.
However,
So it's just,
there
like,
are
folk
like religious symbols of the sun all over throughout the land.
Of course.
You grew
because
up
the sun
in
is-
the south, right? The real south? The
No,
city
blinding
of
light.
Blinding Light? Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh
Isn't-
yeah, okay, gotcha. So the sun as a symbol this is probably like a regional sun god then, not
Probably.
like. Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
And never ask me for just a flat check again. I'll kill you in real life. Don't you dare
Okay.
do it.
I don't know what Rivik knows, but thank you. That helped me understand. Okay.
No, you're good. I love you.
Another question. Is Aldrich... do we know enough about... because you said on the map, in the basically the bottom left where
I
that
can bring
black
us to
tower
that
is.
map. The Overduke has this map for you all, which I wanted to originally hide from you.
No, it was the map. It was the map of the city.
Oh, okay.
Because in that black tower in the bottom left, you said that there were Ulathayans who saw people with a uniform different than
Yes.
Fresnov's. Do we think, or did we notice that Aldrich had a similar uniform to those people?
Yes. He has
Okay.
his colors. He is like a dude from a Ren fair, and like everyone else in this area is LARPing with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Like he
that
clearly
makes sense.
owns this like fortified manor-looking thing.
Okay. Thank you. That confirms my suspicions.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Brent will say to the group, unfortunately, it seems that I was a bit wrong in my assessment that the two factions are working together, although, as I'm sure you all noticed, there's a very uneasy alignment between them. It seems that perhaps pushed in the right direction, they could maybe not ally themselves with us, but certainly go against each other, as they are definitely going to want to fight over who controls this area. Not sure if anyone has any plans on how we might do that, but it certainly seems like a possibility that may help us and the Overduke.
I agree.
Oh, alright, excellent.
Yes, we love agreeing with generalized plans with no.
Alright.
We should push them. How?
Yes.
That is the question, is it not?
I did have some suggestions, but I want to wait if anyone else had them.
I know we have to protect the Overduke, but maybe we bring the Overduke, we find whatever is giving this woman her power, we kill it, and then she has no power anymore.
Well, that's possible. I don't think we have the manpower to spare to do that, nor do we know where she gets that power from. That sounds like something we do when the rest of us get here, and not right now.
Okay, fair enough.
So there is other dukes and duchesses in the area, and maybe we have some time to see what they want, you know?
That was kind of going to be my suggestion: is see whom the other dukes and duchesses ally themselves with, and try to find the chinks in their armor, and see who we can't find to perhaps again not switch to our side or the Overduke's side, although that is certainly preferable, but turn against whom they swear allegiance to.
There was another warlord in the area, yeah?
It was.
It might be pretty easy if we point out a few weak points to push them into a battle.
Where did my pen go?
There's also Mr. Silverback. That's another thing. If we can pull him away from the battle, whether it be on our side or not, that's certainly less that we need to worry about, or perhaps even use this to push the nail in the coffin, as it were. Ow, my ears.
Sorry.
It's okay. If we got Rick Silverback onto our side, not only would that increase our air supremacy, but that would increase the legitimacy of the Overduke, as well as maybe used to convince some of them other dukes and duchesses to join our side.
Yeah, I agree with all of these things. I think there's lots of good too. What are we doing right now?
We just wait for the enemy to attack us, I guess. We don't really, I mean, unless we have to wait for more people so we can defeat Reznov. We're just holding tight.
You've got this scroll. Does it say anything? Have you read it yet?
Yeah, I was about to say. I would like to now read the Silver Scroll, please.
So, it is written in Thieves' Cant, but you are a rogue. After a little bit of translating in a dry place, you can see that it is both map and message. Rick Silverback wants to have a chat, and he wants to do it away from the people who will dick measure and not who will not speak with ideology. You have gotten the impression that he is in fact a mercenary, and that his ships are always for hire. Dick ass, although he may be, he is contractually obliged to follow Fresnoth until he feels discomforted by her actions. There is in most like mercenary contracts, there is a humanitarian clause of like, whoa, I may be a mercenary, but I'm not gonna go genocide some people, which he can basically call whenever he wants. And if the price is good and he's comfortable with the message that you guys are bringing, then potentially he will ignore that one or two of his ships were damaged or destroyed, and get in bed, as it were, with you fuckers. And Irithel.
Like,
he is like, who is this bald elf lady? I must speak with her.
Yeah, Runt will give this message to everyone, including Irithel and the Overduke.
Oh, okay. So you go and find the Overduke, who is trying to be like, yeah, I didn't know she was that high level of a spellcaster. And Irithel's like, you motherfucker. You told me her weakness? You said she was a paladin, not a fucking mad sorceress. And then you bust into the room, having translated this message of, hey, this mercenary guy is potentially for hire. And they look at you. Speak?
Hey, so,
Yes, Rond?
I know it seems that you're having an important conversation after all that's just happened, but that pirate-looking guy, I believe his name is Rick Silverback, seems like he's for hire, that we can outbid, essentially, what he's been being paid by Fresnov and get him on our side. Me and the boys are thinking that while it may not be, he's a bit of a dick ass, but if we get him on our side, not only will we have increased air supremacy, which I know you'd love, we may be able to use this to further legitimize the Overduke's claim, and perhaps swing some of the surrounding dukes and duchesses in the area to our side with some gentle persuasion.
The Overduke laughs at that. Oh, you silly man. No. There is only one more Duke of note, and he, gesturing to the map that he has, Duke Grothil will not ever side with anyone. He lives alone in his cavernous / mountainous stronghold, and refuses to come out. He was a neutral party during the war, quote-unquote, of vampire removal, and has currently not been seen in months. He refuses both Fresnov, both Aldrich, and myself, placating him. He's the only neutral one left.
Well, do you know, Overduke, of anyone inside of the ranks of the two other warlords that we could perhaps persuade to maybe not join us, but not work for them, much like with Rick Silverback? Chinks in the armor, if you will.
Nobles are a cautious lot, especially those who once paid mind to vampires. He looks to Revik for a moment to check his vampirism level. He's like, you have not dealt with a out of control, near immortal being before, have you, Mr. Runt?
Runt will say, actually, funny you say that.
What?
I have. Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, Runt will look to Irithel to kind of get a gauge of how she's looking, whether he should proceed or not.
She doesn't care. She's
Okay.
apathetic. The Overduke is in your pocket. He might as well be a puppet at this point.
Okay. Then Runt will say, well, there are creatures that are much worse than spirit beasts. I happen to come across one of them personally. His name is Jerome, and he is an absolute dickwad. Above that, he wants to destroy all of humanity. Part of the reason why we're here is to ensure there's peace. So humanity can kind of work as one against these monstrosities.
Okay, maybe I misjudged you. But that still does not... What I'm trying to convey is that although I can complain at people for 5 years and get no results because I have no ability to deliver results, it will take a showing that you are worthy to be trusted, that you can potentially foster a future after a massive betrayal. Aldrich and her family pays very well in both reputation, wealth, power to all that follow her. Her veil is our Alcazan, I suppose, if you know anything of Alcazan. I'm trying to relate with you. It's somewhat difficult, I know.
No, I understand. I get what you mean. Basically, what you're trying to say is that we need to defeat him in combat, so the other nobles will see that we're not just a bunch of pushovers.
Yes.
And if I could assuage some of your concerns, we are just the expeditionary force, the vanguard, if you will, and there are a ton more of us that are on their way to secure this city.
I know this. Irithil has.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
she's been
Well, that's
speaking
good.
with me all night. But
What about the vampires? Are there any left? Might be easy to have them, try to kill the woman, slaying them by the dozens.
he looks kind of nervous when you say this. There has always been rumors that Fresnoth's rise to power was a little too unchallenged. Or unchallenged, I should say. When she arrived with her small army and then rallied, I suppose, or convinced the local populace to rise up, there was no response. The war lasted perhaps a week, and by war I mean Fresnoth just attacked and then claimed whatever ruin she had of their personal towers. She did a very well surgical strike, is what the historians and the analyzers, I don't know the word, but
Analysts.
yes, those
Anyway.
people who even came in from Cantelar during the conflict or after the conflict, they just folded. Vampires who held their station, who protected our country for eons, potentially, they left. They were defeated overnight, it seems. And overnight, during night, where they are at their peak, at their strength. There was no, raising of undead armies. There was no spells being cast or flocks of familiars arriving, and there were no spells. They didn't do a ride out into the dawn. They didn't just, I watched my grandfather get his head chopped off in, a slice that just did not exist. And he just fucking died. And then they put his head back on his body, revived him, and then turned him into a vampire before me to appease some undead legion in the north, okay? I've seen them at work. They are terrifying monsters. They coerce, they cajole, they threaten, and then they just do whatever they want, and they just didn't do anything. Fresno.
When did this takeover happen?
It was 5 or so years ago, back in the summer of, what, 69? No. What year is it? Is it 80 now? Yeah, it was 75. Yeah. Our calendar's a little bit different. I'm sorry. Yeah.
It
I
sounds
just
like
think it might be
whatever.
related.
Yeah, whatever that burning star is, definitely I think has something to do with this for sure. Because we haven't seen power
Ruben's
like
just
that before.
fighting his dog.
This side conflict just happening.
If I don't throw the ball, she'll eat me. Not a good dog. She's beautiful.
She's such a good girl. She's so good.
Gibby, I'm sorry. What did you
Anyway.
just say? I actually just whoosh.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It
I'll
felt like a
repeat.
hound just showed up.
It feels like that burning star has more to do with things than we thought, as we haven't seen power like that except from the Tyrant of Tolst himself, or perhaps maybe from Ozark.
He
Over
lets out a
9,000.
sigh. I cannot fight her in combat. She has offered to do a one-on-one duel with me or a champion. I'm not willing to make anyone do that. So, I hope your people will arrive in quick fashion and with a massive gun to shoot her down.
I think that's the plan.
Well, it's fucking. It's... All right. This note, though. Yeah, I'd love to buy these people if I had any cash. I'm bankrupt. I have no money.
Runt will look to Irithel and then back to the Overduke and say, "Well, we could do that for you. and then you'll just owe us a big time. How does that sound?
Sure, I love going into debt. Fuck it. If you guys can buy them, by all means.
Alright, mission complete. Let's all go home.
I've got like
we
5
have bought the
credit
Overduke.
Yeah, fuck it.
Would you be willing to give up the rights to your aluminum mine?
Yeesh. Why would you say such a thing? See, you could have
Yeah,
like kept
just-
it vague. Maybe we should leave that alone until
Yeah,
after I have
just-
a country.
What's
What's on the
now?
table, you know?
For now, we'll just say you owe us big time after we've bought them pirates out for you.
Understood. And he looks to Irithil. Are you actually able to bankroll this? And she just nods. Like, yeah, we can buy some pirates. It's okay. You all, though, this guy is selling out his own people. We need to find out if he's being legit or not. I don't trust anyone with an airship because they can fly the fuck away. You need to find out if he's just gonna, grab and run, say fuck it, if he's just doing some double betrayal. Either way, you need to suss this man out, get a read on him, or kill him and take over his air fleet, which is more preferable than buying him at all. I would rather see all of his ships burned down, but if we can buy him, I'm sure the Tyrant would love to do so, because we lack a air fleet of our own.
Is he the only air captain in these parts?
Probably not, but it certainly wouldn't hurt to have him.
The Overduke will do a quick history. He's been watching Fresno. This was not a surprise to him, like, at all. He knew this was gonna come one day or another. So he has some spies who are like his close family in the north anyway. Because he used to be like the operator of the aluminum mine, which is right meow, which I'm pinging, but you guys may not be zoomed out far enough. So the territory of Dristle is where he laid his stake, as it were, and were his ancestral lands, which Fresnoth took over when he went to Destry. So he still has like a bunch of family here, many of which have been executed over the years, but life shit, and he can't really do anything about it. But he knows that Rick Silverback, at the very least, is the only captain of note, because he is the only one who owns an air fleet this far north. Only countries do that most of the time, because it's insanely expensive to maintain an air fleet. So chances are this Rick Silverback guy is loaded already. So he may want something more than just money.
Lads, could you imagine if we have more than just one airship we could use for our travels? For going to these temples?
Good.
It'd be nice to not have to put Irithil in danger every time, right, Irithil?
Yeah, I would love not to ferry you dumbasses along with me.
Do any
Let's
of
talk to
us
Rick.
know how to pilot one of these? Maybe we could steal a few instead of doing business.
Well, he seems like a businessman, so business is how we should go about this, and if business doesn't work, then we either kill him or steal from him, or both.
Burn? Destroy? You whip?
Whip?
Does anyone want to whip? Kushim, are you still against whipping people? Or is it just
Generally,
kids?
just kids, but
Okay, just making sure. The Overduke will kind of speak up a little bit. Be careful with Rick Silverback, especially at night. From what I understand, now these are rumors, and when someone gets called a beast, usually it's because their behavior is abhorrent. Sometimes it is literal. He may legitimately be a were-gorilla.
I was about to say,
Uh,
silverback sounds
that's-
like a type of ape.
that is a rumor I have heard. It has not been. There's no evidence that he is that I've been able to maintain. But you know, I've never interacted with him. Look for larger canines, I guess. That should be
Or
easy
just,
for
you know,
you,
big
eh,
beefy
Mr.
arms.
Frog? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, go talk with him. I suppose we'll get ready for battle. I don't know if you guys want to stay for that or not, but it's inevitable at this point. She will, she being Fresnoth, will undoubtedly make an assault if she detects that a reinforcement wave is coming. So, you know.
Which she inevitably will, as I doubt they're going to be subtle about it.
Yeah, what she's really concerned about is Aldrich at her back. That's my take on it. I could be wrong. Maybe Aldrich, at least this one, is in her pocket. I doubt it, because he's a prideful son of a bitch. But who knows?
Yeah, I think we need to use his pride to be her fall, in addition to our extra forces coming in. Though we're still a bit unsure on how we could do that, if you have any insight.
What was the goal again? I'm sorry. I usually deal with his sister.
To turn Eldritch against his sister, or against Fresnov, excuse me.
Honestly, it would require sabotage, and he looks to Irithyll. Irithyll speaks up. I still have a squad, well, 2 squads, still near that chapel in the center of the city. We were planning to utilize them while they maintain they're still undiscovered. Potentially we can use them to do some fuckery on the camp of... Wow, it's really hard to see on my map. Hang on, let me zoom in. So, these guys down here, and these guys down here are in the empty street, sort of running house from house, keeping an eye on the big formation in this chapel, or this cathedral, I should say. It's way too big to be a chapel. But they potentially can just run down and fuck with Aldrich, and if they can do it and disguise themselves correctly, they can spark some... How do you call it?
Dissent?
Yeah, dissent. Get them a bit in a tizzy, and then Fresnoth will have a harder time making a direct assault, because then she'd have to really worry about Aldrich seeing an opportunity and destroying her army. She herself is individually powerful, but like I said earlier, individually powerful people often get overwhelmed by the horde of unwashed masses. And Fresnoth is no different, despite having a rather impressive AoE spell.
So, Irithyll, think you could get those squads to do a little bit of trickery?
Maybe. They'd need help. We need clothing for them. And most of these houses are, unfortunately... What we really need are uniforms of Fresnoth, or things that look like them. Because if our armored and... She and her entire people are a very uniquely stylized group. They all wear splint mail armor, they all have these crazy full helms, they wield strange weapons. If they showed up and then assaulted Aldrich, it would unify Aldrich and Fresnoth. So they need to do like a false flag operation, and the people down there do not have the resources to do that at the moment.
If that's something we'd be able to help with, then.
I was gonna say.
A question for some of our other friends: is this guy self a ritual?
Afraid not.
Dang.
not.
Okay.
Well, we know that some of Aldrich's men is within the town, so we could, in theory, take them out, disguise ourselves or the other Lithians, and then have said chaos ensue.
Well, we want them to look like Fresnoth's people.
Or excuse me, like Fresnov's, not, you know, the old one.
Indeed.
We know of their positions, I assume.
I assume. Focus on Rick for now. Go and meet him. I never told you the date, but he wants to meet tomorrow night.
Okay.
My bad.
I assumed it was in the before the
Yeah.
Before the attack.
He literally
The
wants to
attack.
meet on a mountain plateau north of the Citadel, which his airship will meet on the other side of the mountain, where a few Ulathaean squads have been. They missed their target, but they are currently positioned on that, doing superior scouting. Just hanging out on the mountain of Destry. So, meet up with them. Go and talk with Rick, and if something happens in the meantime, you'll know, and then come out and come help them. Fight to the last man.
Alright.
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan, everybody.
Sounds good.
Alright.
So, what gear are we taking? We need to think about our inventories for a little bit, guys, because last time we were overburdened because we were afraid of leaving stuff, which was a rightful thing. If Irithyll's ship had been driven off with all your stuff on it, then you'd be fucked. No ifs, ands, or buts. You would have to kill a lot of children. But luckily, you're in a stalemate now. It's somewhat stable for the next couple hours. So, inventory management. How are you guys going to climb a mountain? What are you bringing? And how heavy are we going?
I would say we should probably not go encumbered. Because
Airship can't get us any closer, I assume.
I think the airship needs to stay here.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
it needs to stay. This is...
Yeah.
For sure.
it'll take us like what, half a day to get there at most?
Yeah, the mountain's right outside. You just have to climb over it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You leave
So
our
we'll-
rations and water and
We
stuff.
we could all bring like maybe like a small pack of rations for like one day, so that way we can, you know, eat before we have like, you know, basically eat a day's worth. So that way, as we're gonna, because it's half a day to get there and half a day back, it's still a full day. So just in case something happens, we could all have like one day's worth of rations, some climbing gear if you have it or need it, maybe like enough water, as same with the rations, and then things like rope if you need it.
Yep.
So traveling a little bit lighter, but that's about it.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. In this time, Irithyll will get word back to the Tyrant to see how much money he's willing to drop on these mercenaries. And currently they do not know a rate, but they are allotting you to, what's it called? Negotiate with a cap of... Fucking Shadow in the chat's like, you should pack a shitload of bananas. I think he will cap it out at 200,000 gold. Is your upward limit. So, like, after that, you know, he won't be able to easily cover that. And, you know, don't be loosey-goosey with his money. If you can
Yeah, don't plan to
negotiate
be.
Rick down, that would be great. If not, you know, 200,000's your cap.
Okay, I am writing that down.
All right, cool. Obviously, you do not have this money yet. This will be a
Right.
contractual agreement, which will have to be written, and, you know, Irithyll, I suppose... No, the Overduke will do that for you guys. Because if nothing else, he's good at writing stuff down.
Nice.
He can clean a little
If he's
bit.
good for one thing.
He can write up a legal binding draft for mercenaries. Is there any other preparations you guys want to make? any conversations you want to have? Any interactions
Not
you
for
want
me.
to do?
Before we shove off, I want to make more spicy cardboard.
Alright, you can make as much spicy cardboard as your feature allows you to.
If we win, Zero will be remembered as like the combat chef that saved the army. Good.
Here, take a cinnamon bun. It's seasoned with KFC flavor. Oh,
Tastes
God.
like chicken.
God, we
Yeah.
really need to get some product placement in on this guy.
Alright. Um,
Brood, you are in a place familiar with vampires. Are you at all
yeah.
concerned or want to do anything with that?
Can I take Basil aside for a minute?
Yeah, of course. He's
Like
"Oh,
just kind of
yes,
privately.
Mr. Vampire Spawn.
Oh, hi.
Greetings.
Yeah, you keep saying that. Here's the thing. I got like a little while ago. I met some girl. She was like silver. What's a silver?
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about?
No, but I know the stories.
Oh, so are all vampires like silver or something?
They're silver? No. They come in all shapes, sizes, and colors.
Okay. All right. Well,
I've never
so
actually met one that's silver. Like her entire skin, like reflective.
Well, mostly her hair, but otherwise she was like pale. But
Okay.
like, so what she did kind of bite me, and it's taken a while for me to put this all together. So, John, do I have like fangs or anything? I'm a frog, so I would just assume I have gummy mouth.
Yeah, you have gummy mouth. There's no
Okay.
teeth or protrusions.
Cool. Like, so you keep saying I'm a vampire.
Yes.
Here's the thing, I don't know what a vampire does exactly.
Ah.
So maybe you
Man.
could like talk me through it.
Well, as a serf to them for most of my life, I can totally understand a unwilling transformation, which it seems you are in the process of. Normally, what happened to my grandfather before he cut off all communications with us to truly serve the Night Lords, or whatever the fuck they're called, the Bad Bagels now. He more or less explained that every night he would hang out with his master, or his father, he called him. It was very paternal and weird and somewhat gross and incestuous. But, well, incestuous in like the ideal form, not in like the... It's weird, okay? It's like eating... I'll get into it later. But
Okay.
over the period of around 4 or 5 months, he would slowly and more progressively become more vampiric. So at first, all of his blood vessels burst within his body, yet he still lived, but his skin became a super bloody red, such as yours, which is... I don't know if you've seen a doctor recently, but chances are you shouldn't be alive. If you weren't a vampire. If you are, maybe, I'm not judging you, but I see you, I remember my grandbop. It's fine. Next, after that, was like... How do I describe this? He changed physically. He still lived with us during the day, and he wasn't nearly as vulnerable to sunlight as he was at the end. But it was like a progressive thing, right? So his bodily structure at the end of the next month would change, and like he would be altered. He looked more muscular, he'd look a bit more durable, and a lot more like his master. Like he lost many physical characteristics of himself in this transformation. He used to have horns, like I do. And the Overduke like raises his hair, and there's tiny little horns growing. Because he's part tiefling, nobody cares, but he's part tiefling. Anyway, the Overduke, his horns literally just popped out of his skull. It was super fucking jarring. Like Mima, who still like lived with him, you know, she
Okay.
lost her shit. She put him in a box and then gave it to him so he'd never forget his roots. And he's like, I'm so sorry that this is happening. I wish I didn't have to die for our country. Anyway,
Okay.
after that, then he grew like new bones and teeth after that. So like the third month, you know, it looks like you're on your second month, I think.
Yeah,
Does-
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So like the
Okay.
third is when like the teeth and the bone structure reappeared. You know?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was super. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I've always wanted to eat an apple before, so I guess this will be fun.
Not applesauce. I can offer you
Just
some
applesauce.
applesauce.
Sorry.
So
Alright.
it's like
Um,
bones, then muscle, then you know.
okay. Good. You should tell me
lose
more.
all the blood.
But are there any like other families around here that were like serfs to the vampires that are maybe on the fence? Maybe I could talk to them, be like, hey, you know, vampires supported war.
Arguably yes, but openly no.
Oh,
So
so
when
arguably.
Fresnoth came into power, much propaganda was forced onto people. I mean, obviously, new ruler, new rules, all that good stuff, but people who have voiced concern that they aren't being nearly as protected and their standards of living and their kids were being stolen from them, all those voices of concern were more or less ruthlessly silenced. And especially in my area, like the north, I know it's not my area anymore, but Dristle, in Fresnoth's territory, they got it the worst. Dozens of people were killed every day. He chokes up a little bit as he says this.
I'm sorry. Hang in there. I'd pat you on the back, but I can't do that.
Many of the children who are now either dead or enslaved came from my territories. They would take the families of the people they killed and would put them into large training and work camps in the mines that I had once administrated and now are being mined out by Fresnoth, who is making bank, as it were, to fund
Okay,
her
so-
small private army.
So she's also got child labor in addition to child soldiers. Okay.
They're mostly child soldiers.
Okay.
Children are not good laborers. It
Well,
is
they're not
much
good
easier
soldiers
to.
either.
Well, no, but it's a lot easier to control one. And she's playing a game of domination, and
Okay.
I hate her with every fiber of my being. I want you to know
Alright.
that.
Cool. Alright.
Many others do
Oh.
as well, but they are rightfully fearful of her.
Okay. So I think thanks. Talking to you really gave me an idea. I appreciate it. Hopefully we can talk some more later, Basil.
No
Alright,
problem. If you ever want your head or cut off and heart stabbed, if vampirism is not for you, I can help you out. I need the experience points.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
Okay. Just make
thanks.
sure to stay close to your master. If you don't, oh shit, man. Like, you'll lose yourself, your mind. Like, they need to be there. They're like a parent.
Oh God.
If you have like a kid, you know, you
no.
have to be there for that kid. Otherwise,
God,
they will
oh.
not grow into like an apt person.
I better start practicing my singing. Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Alright,
Take care.
All right. When I want to next time that we're all together, I want to mention that we should actually capture as many kids as we can and return them to the dukes and whatever it is. There are people in the city, in theory, that would support us, but their kids were taken. So the more kids we save, maybe the more power we can get.
Weren't their
Good idea.
parents slaughtered?
What was that?
The kids, weren't all their parents, like, slaughtered?
I don't think the parents were slaughtered. I think they were taken forcefully, right?
The Overduke reappears, having gone the same direction as you. Like, I need to get by my. Oh, you're wondering about all the slaughtered parents?
So they're definitely slaughtered.
Oh, yes, they are truly and utterly dead.
Okay.
Their children... Oh, big follows. Oh, I'm getting hit up by the bots,
Double.
guys. Double ban. Triple ban. See you later, Shadow. No, okay.
Alright. Well,
The Overduke wants you all to know how barbaric and systemic Fresnoth is in doing this atrocity. She kills parents who dissent, takes their kids, and then literally forces them to call her mom to give them a new parental figure, and then forces them into even more atrocious acts. Some parents are literally killed by their own children. Like, it is a brutal system, and they are fed upon, or are fed with this truth, quote unquote, that the Blazing Star wants to purge the evil within them. And to do that, you must reject the outward evil, which is yourself and your family.
okay.
It is a terrible thing that you all must now overcome somehow. Good luck with that, by the way.
Slightly less like on the moral alignment good thing. Well, what if we just like make the child soldiers our child soldiers? You know, they're already child soldiers, but maybe they want revenge against Freenoff for, I can't pronounce her name, for, you know, killing their parents.
No!
She just yells.
I don't know
Well,
if sending
I agree.
them to slaughter is better than what is happening now.
Seems like a problem to be fixed after we leave, and fix all of this Civil War mess.
Okay. All right.
Irithil
Well,
states that Fresnoth must die.
yeah, I agree. Sure.
Absolutely.
Well, she doesn't care about the child soldiery bullshit, because, like, their entire class is martial as fuck, too. But, like, Irithil has a personal bone with this bitch now that she resisted her counterspell. And if nothing that we know of, Irithil is a vain person.
I'm sorry you lost the rap battle, Irithil.
I
Don't worry, we'll make it up to you.
didn't lose. She pulled out a trump card no one was expecting. You know? If I
Don't
didn't
worry, we'll
think
whip
she
it-
had
we'll
another
whip
one
it
of
to
those
death.
in her, we would have gone right then and there, brother. We would have just
Don't worry.
taken
We'll
the
whip it to
head of the
death for
snake.
you. It's just like you want.
Good.
Whip, whip, whip.
No, I don't want to whip her. I want her dead. Dead! And she
Well, yeah, well,
slams
well,
a
wait-
book on the ground. Just a book. She finds one. It takes like 2 minutes, and then she throws it on the ground. For emphasis.
Alright. Sounds good.
Yeah, she looks like a mad woman, to say the least. But who isn't unstable in this world at this point, guys?
True.
Fair enough.
Should we head off to meet the possible wergorilla?
Yeah. Let's get ready to head
let's
off.
do it.
So just keep 2 rations on you, I guess, right? You said one for a day back, and then.
Well, it's half
No.
a day there and half a day
Yeah,
back, so you
a
only
pound
need
of
one total.
rations and a gallon.
And that's it. Yeah, that's if you need them, like at worst case scenario.
Gotcha.
And then also your bedroll, just in case.
Do any of you have climbers
Basically-
kits or climbers harnesses?
I have
any of
climb
you
speed.
Climb.
Wait, what?
As a tabaxi, you have 20-foot climb speed.
Okay.
As a thief, I can just
Yeah.
climb.
I can climb.
Quinn, Kushim,
I cannot climb.
I've got pitons.
Peyton.
He's also got spider
Do
climb.
you have rope?
I do have,
True.
I do have spider. I've got a ton of rope.
Okay. Well, then you
Grapple
guys should be
hooks.
able to manage it as long as Zero and Runt and Revik, all 3 of them, can help the other people. You guys can begin to climb the mountain as soon as you feel comfortable. It is
Break it down.
currently the
Or
second
nighttime.
It is early morning still. You guys did not have a restful night. And tomorrow night, so in like, 30 plus hours, you are scheduled to meet with Rick Silverback, who wants his silverback. I suppose we'll cut it off here for tonight. Not too much action, but who knows what will transpire next time when we climb dangerous hills, try to meet up with Ulathaean squads, and negotiate a mercenary contract with a pirate in a Ren fair.
I'll bet.
All right, guys, we're gonna end it off here. Any shout outs you want to make? Anything cool you want to say?
Go eat Long John Silver's. Best pirate-themed fast food franchise.
Do they even have those in Australia?
No.
I mean, he said it. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
Shout out to Rhythmbot for not leaving this entire session.
Good job,
Ew.
Rhythmbot. We love you. Eric, where the fuck you at, man? You ran away. I miss you. I need you.
I miss you, bitch.
And
Ain't never
I
gonna
miss
stop
you,
loving you.
and I need you, bitch.
Shout out John Dungeon Master, twitch.tv/John Dungeon Master
yeah,
for running this
Yeah,
game.
I
Oh,
just
wow.
subscribed for my second month.
Yeah,
Wow.
where the fuck are those subs, guys? Come on.
Hey, I don't got Amazon Prime.
Oh, rip.
I don't either.
Oh,
I paid with real
wow.
money
Wow, Gibby.
Look at this dude.
Look at this
for
dude.
2 months in a row. Wow.
Guys, don't subscribe to me. You don't deserve it. Like, real talk. I do this for my own personal enjoyment and to torture strangers on the internet. I hope
And
you
to ban
loved
bots.
seeing some insight on how this world is run here in Destry, a land destroyed by apathetic vampires who are now being reversoed, or whatever it's called, reversied by clerics and paladins. Guys, Saturday, the political team will finally finish up their first month and probably hit level 4.
Oh,
God.
wow.
Wow, they're behind.
They are a little bit behind. After that, John will hopefully have his new setup so that the stream quality and recording and everything will go a bit quicker. And then on Monday night, Raid Team is probably all going to get wiped.
Oh,
Oh no.
We'll see you guys all later. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, evening, night, wherever and whenever you are. And, follow Temer at Twitter. I think that's his handle. He does lighting tutorials now. He doesn't, but I hope he does. All right, guys, we're out. Take care.
Peaceful.
Don't die.